SoFloRadio.com, the South Florida Radio Network.
Good morning, good morning. We hope you're feeling swell. Good morning, you look like hell. Your face looks to us like a tractor ran over it. Your hair looks like donkeys. You look like shit.
Cuba, 1958. A proud people, happy to live under the Batista regime, who took great pride in the...
It's Friday, you bastard.
My candidate is calm and collected, with the best chance of getting elected. Married 16 years and never cheated. My candidate cannot be defeated. With your help, I know she can win. So vote for Hillary Clinton. She's got the guts to stand by her man. If she can't do it, no one can. She's blonde and a lawyer too. Just think of all the laws she'll push through. Get out that ballot and write in for Hillary Clinton. Her mate's adulterous, that's true, but he ain't the nothing that Bush hasn't tried on you. The other candidates look fine on TV, but not half as fine as Hillary. Vote early, vote often for Hillary Clinton. Think of the great political wives of history who outshine their husband just like Hillary. Imelda, Cleopatra, and Eva Peron, but next to Hillary Clinton, they're all outshone. Vote early, vote often for Hillary Clinton. Hillary. Hillary, she's our guy. From the great state of Arkansas, she looks like she got off the set of LA Law, and that's totally cool by me. So vote for Hillary Clinton. Get it, girl.
Cuba, 1958. A proud people, happy to live under the Batista regime, who took great pride in their heritage of sugarcane farms, tobacco, mob-run casinos, Cadillac dealerships, hookers, and syphilis. Then came the specter of Comunista. Leaving Cuba with only the heritage of sugarcane farms, tobacco, European-run casinos, hookers, and syphilis. Since that time, only one true Cuban savior burst forth from the Virgin Mary's papaya and lowered gingerly to earth by angels on a silken pillow of freedom. No, not that little waterlogged Pukalion, but the real baby Jesus who sits on the moist hand of God, Jorge to you, Rodriguez. Adore him as you would Christ, or be struck down by the mighty gods of Hakahoist. The baby Jesus is here, and you are there.
Or not. Welcome to the show, everybody. I know everything's running slow today. We don't care.
That's how we do
It's the
things.
first show we've done in a long time. Alan, I didn't answer your call this morning because I was so busy, and I don't want to go into details how or why.
Sorry, Alan.
I was busy, but why don't you call on the air, Alan? It'll be fun. We can discuss ghoulism, although he told me that I shouldn't. I did.
Shouldn't what?
I had to explain what a ghoul is.
We already talked about that.
Well, guess what? We weren't done. Because
No?
when you're talking to Alan, you're never done.
Oh, goodness.
It's called the vortex. I shit you not. When you're it doesn't matter what you say to Alan. Alan has his own agenda. Mm-hmm. Alan is going to plow ahead through his agenda, and he's just going to repeat his thing over and over again. You would think that with that kind of a strategy or personality that he would be a good salesperson. But he's not.
I don't have mirrors in my shoes.
It's on your shoes, Alan. We didn't say in your shoes. Welcome to the first show in a long time. I guess the only show this month, although here to humor Alan, not the least, and
Yes.
you will be playing a prominent part in this. He wants me to do music show of some sort. You've been involved in this conversation, and I keep putting it off because life intrudes in this business and having to do a lot of things. I'll get into recent developments here on SoFloRadio.com momentarily, but first I want to talk about Alan at great length.
Just talk.
We got all kinds
Let
of
it out.
updates to do. We're going to talk about Hillary and Benghazi and gun control when such shows up. Just all kinds of wonderful things on the show today.
Yay.
But Alan has been wanting me to do a music show, and I don't even know what he means by that.
Yeah, me neither.
So that's okay. that means that we can engage our own imagination of what that means. So we are going to develop the music show ourselves.
As we see fit.
We have a huge library of music. I build it daily. I add to my library daily. I sit here and watch the Pandora. I watch Pandora.
You watch it go by.
I watch it on my TV because I have a doohickey that lets me watch or stream any internet content to my television, including SoFlo Radio.
How's this? Alan wants you to do
Non-stop music.
This music show that he is talking about. It's going to be a simulcast of sorts, a tricast.
Okay, what does that mean?
That it will be broadcast live on SoFloRadio.com, She's Only Rock'n'Roll.com, our sister station. Stay tuned to the She's Only Rock and Roll simulcast from 3 till 4 today, otherwise known as the She Play, as we call it.
The She Play.
Yes, you see that?
She plays
See
with
what you did?
what?
The She Play.
Don't do that. God, if you're not looking at the webcam right now, the beautiful, not the least, Jimenez Diaz, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful. So, and on Zeta, I'm not sure the exact website. Alan will be calling up momentarily to correct me. I'm sure.
Okay.
Although he works until like 1 o'clock, so I'm not expecting his call until 1. And Suds will be along today.
Yay, love Suds.
We love Suds. We're going to rub liniment on him. And by we, I mean you.
Yeah,
I'll hold the liniment.
That's
I'll hold
exactly
him. I'll
what's
hold
gonna
him in a
happen
full
today.
Nelson, and you can
Stay
rub liniment on
tuned,
his
guys,
chest.
because
It's
there'll
gonna
be a lot of
exciting
rubbing.
stuff. And at some point on the show today, one of us is going to show our tits. We just don't.
Oh
know.
yeah, definitely.
We're
That
gonna roll,
too.
We're going to roll some dice.
So excited. It's
I
gonna be a great show.
I trimmed my chest hair a little bit.
Well, that's very considerate of you.
I am considerate, if nothing else.
So detail oriented.
I'm manscaped like a French fag for my date last night, just in case.
Oh my
So-
goodness. How was your date, by the way?
I'll get to that later.
Come
Orchid, got my
on.
flyer over here. I told you it ended with dog poop.
Gosh.
And by the way, it was there's nothing to talk about
I please.
yet except for the show, and I will be talking about that. Meanwhile, back to Alan's mirrors. The mirrors in Alan's shoes. I really like Alan. I genuinely do. I think he's a fascinating individual. I think that he should. I'm telling you. I'm serious.
Whoa.
I think. Yeah. I'm not lying. I shit
Since
you not.
when?
I-
All you do
he's
is hate
very
on Alan.
frustrating, but
And
see-
then when that pirate guy was here, no, what was his name?
Byron.
That one.
Yeah, he's not a pirate.
I don't know why. I remember him as a
He's
pirate.
the incredible melting man.
Oh, you know what? It's because he wears that bandana. But then when he was here, you guys were just hating on Alan, just hating away.
This is why-
Now suddenly you like him.
This is
you
why-
need to get your emotions straight.
Listen,
I'm
in
sorry.
this business, because
Just so you know.
you're on the shores of this business, you will
shores.
realize that material is gold, and Alan is a gold mine.
It's gold mine.
Okay. You want to have something to talk about, and 5 minutes with Alan generates an hour of material. He's a wonderful exchange rate.
I can't wait to
Although
meet this
5
guy.
minutes
I mean,
with Alan feels
seriously.
like an hour. You haven't met Alan yet?
I got a great idea.
Alan should visit. We will maybe on our
Everyone
first music
talks
show.
about him.
Maybe on our first music show, we'll see when Alan has a day off and get him in
Okay.
here. Listen, he is an experience. He reeks of cigarettes, but
Oh, great.
it comes out his pores. That's another thing about Alan and other people. Tangent time. Oh no,
Tangent.
I don't want a tangent. Just tell me, hey George, remember that tangent you were going to take?
Okay.
Take it now.
I'm
Remind
writing
me
it
of that
down.
later. Remind me of that tangent.
I'm writing it down.
Back to the music show really quickly. Tentatively next Friday, I'll do a music show, music and talk. We'll be talking shit and playing shit. The working title that I have for it is Music Madness or Midday Music Madness with George and whoever else decides to show up. Not the least.
Thought it was gonna be talk shit, play shit.
Talk shit, play shit. Yeah, well, that's the in parentheses. Midday Music Madness, talk shit, play shit. And it's going to be on she'sonlyrockandroll.com, which is, as you know or may not know, classic rock. And the ZetaRadio.com, I think, is the
Zeta.
website. And that's modern rock, alternative rock. Alan calls me up one day. George, I'm adding things to the playlist. A friend of mine gave me some MP3s. There's an artist here I don't recognize. I want you to tell me if he's any good. Linkin Park. I go. I said,
my
yes, Alan,
God.
he's great. Well, the song is. I go. You don't have to tell me the song. It's great. Really? The song is, and then and he's like, I forgot what he named off. It's numb. It's not. Yeah, I mean, I know it's numb, and the song is good too. As like I said, Alan, they're a group and they're great. They're huge. They're bigger than God.
Just put them on the list.
Just put them on the list. I really never got. I've never heard. I said, I'm sure you haven't heard of indoor plumbing, Alan. As out of touch as you are, but he does have some nice white shoes.
Oh, with mirrors
on top. You understand the concept?
I don't actually. What do you
all right.
mean?
All right. The next time that you come here,
I was behind her. I was thinking Alan would.
Not the least.
You're not $1 million.
You're not wearing a skirt. The next time that you visit the studio in a skirt, I will demonstrate what mirrors on the tops of the shoes are for.
Tell you what, we'll both wear a skirt.
Get it?
It'll be good.
Then he'll have to guess.
I like that idea.
I don't think I'll have to guess hard.
No, not George.
You mean Alan?
Yeah.
That's too funny.
One of these things is not like the other.
You
One
know,
of these things just doesn't belong.
A little.
I'll bring a kielbasa for her to put in there.
Oh, good Lord.
You'll have to guess.
Oh, jeez. We'll just have to go by the color. One of these two ladies bleaches their ass. I'll give you a hint as to which one it isn't. So
from the waist down.
So there's the
fine.
teaser. There's the Alan thing.
I'm good.
I got this. I'm going to spend the whole first segment on the fascinating individual that is Alan Michaels. Especially because I know he's not listening right now. He'll hear this on the replay. Yeah. So he's been giving me a hard time. He says, I can sell that show. You do a music show. You just talk shit and play shit. And, so the music show that I have in mind, because there's a lot of new music available right now, as we all know, not the least. But none of it really, no, I can't say none of it. Most of it, well, none of it fits the She's Only Rock and Roll, because that's classic rock.
Yeah.
With all due respect, and I love my classic rock, here's a big disclaimer.
Disclaimer.
I love Beatles and Stones and everything, and I listen to it in my car and everything. I don't think, at least for my part, I don't think that that's what I want to present to the audience, because they already have it, know it well. It's
so
not news,
true.
not news. Zeta Radio, modern rock, alternative rock. Okay, I got some stuff in that department still, but it's only a part of all of the things that I have been absorbing lately, thanks to Pandora. And I'm sure in your case, because young people listen to new music, and then at some point, I don't know what the age is, they surgically extract a part of your brain that makes you want to hear new music anymore. I was sick that day,
so
it didn't happen to me. Yeah. I still like to listen to new music, and if it sounds weird and bizarre, I listen to it twice. Like the new Moombahton thing that's going on right now, which is a mixture of reggaeton and dubstep. It's weird. It's like sweet and sour. The reggaeton kind of takes the edge off of the dubstep.
I want to hear some of that. Sounds interesting.
It is interesting, and I could play a little bit of it. As a matter of fact, while we're talking about it, because it's mostly instrumental. Moombahton.
Who named it?
Invented by the group that invented it. This is according to Dio, who has MiamiMusicRadio.com, and it's doing very well. One of our sister stations. Dio turned me on to that, and Nadastrum is the preeminent band that coined the phrase. Supposedly,
Nadastrum. Where are they from?
Nadastrum. I have no idea. You know, it could be a dude.
Could be.
Unless you wiki things these days, you're not going to have a clue. This is mostly instrumental. It's something that they play in the clubs. They have, I don't know, 3 or 4 songs that I've heard so far that I think are good. But it's beats. It's stuff that you dance to and roll to, and layers. I have also some new stuff. You know, the guitarist from the Red Hot Chili Pepper has like 11 or 12 solo albums out.
What?
The guitarist from the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
By himself?
John Frusciante. I have no idea how to pronounce his name. But thank you, Pandora, for turning us on to new music all the time. But it's a mishmash. The things that I've been writing down and downloading and adding to the recent additions on my playlist are all over the fucking place, to say the very least.
Okay.
So it's not going to fit the format of either one of those sister stations that I'm going to be simulcast on. It's not going to fit any format whatsoever. That's why I'm calling it Music Madness. All over the place. There's All Over the Road. We discussed this before. AOR is supposed to stand for Album Oriented Rock, correct? Right. But we called it All Over the Road because, generally speaking, it was programmed very loosely.
All over the road.
Is that how you would refer to it, Boca? It was programmed very loosely. AOR, the AOR format.
AOR, but the original Top 40 was as well.
Right.
If you
they didn't have...
They played anything.
Yeah. They didn't have the kind of rigid guidelines that they have now, which is very... And that's why radio sucks and is dead.
FM changed all that.
We missed the drop, but...
Okay.
But anyway, you understand. You get it.
I see.
You hear the reggaeton a little bit back there?
I hear the
And then
undertones.
the dubstep
undertones of the
weep,
regular
whoop,
tone.
whoop, whoop, whoop. It sounds like alien lasers attacking you.
It's very playful, but I do feel I feel the tropicalness of
Anyway,
it.
they have. This is just one. They have 3 or 4. I haven't downloaded all of it because Pandora plays the fun out of it. Since that's one of my Pandora stations, just Nada Strum. If you want to hear Moombahton, just put in Nada Strum and you'll get all kinds of Moombahton.
I like that name, Moombaton. It's
Oh, here we go.
Moombahton.
Here we go. This is the part that I like.
Okay.
Just wait for it. Makes me want to march in a marching band.
I can see it.
Then do it, Boca Brian. Be rich. Be rich. It's the melody. Yeah? They invented an original melody and you didn't. This person or people, they're rich. Anyway, if I was on shrooms or rolling at a club, I would just love this. I'd be bouncing up and down to this. So
I could see it for a movie soundtrack too.
So this, and then I should just play the John Frusciante for Boca, so you can hear what solo guitarists are doing. I downloaded a whole album of John Frusciante. John Frusciante, he likes to take his guitar. I know nothing. I'm just like I didn't even know that this guy was doing solo records. The guitar's from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. He puts on a drum machine, grabs his guitar, waits for a post, and then starts playing stuff that sounds really good. Like, hello, I'm the guitarist from the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
And I do whatever I want.
I do whatever I want.
So
I
fuck
put
you
on my
all.
drum machine in the background, and I'm just gonna sit here and then I'm gonna play this, and then I'm gonna layer other things over it. Like Sparky Quano did that one day. He's doing stuff like that. Like, here's one guitar layer, got the drum machine for my bass line, and
Now that we lost most of the audience. Anyway.
So there's what you got to look forward to. You can blame Alan Michaels.
Listen, if he wants you to play dinosaur rock, play the dinosaur rock you like that they didn't play that much.
You know, Alan does a really good job of selecting the music that he plays on the She Play. I don't know if he does that. I don't know if he does that the rest of the day, because he programs all the music on she'sonlyrockandroll.com. And I don't know. I mean, well, he's got DJs too. Like, what's the guy? Corey James, is that the guy?
Corey James. Is that how you talk?
James. I don't know if that's the guy that is on in the afternoon. I heard, because with all due respect, Alan, I love you and I love all of our sister stations.
So play a
But
set
I
of
don't need to
Montrose
listen
or
to a
something.
classic rock station. I own it all. And I'm not going to play classic rock because I don't think that...
Isn't that what he plays?
He plays classic rock, but during the midday music madness show that we're going to be redoing, I'm not going to be playing classic rock unless it is, as Boca mentioned, something so forgotten and archaic that
Which would be fun.
like, well, you know, like I don't like. Does he play Hocus Pocus by Focus? Because I just really love that song. Speaking of
know.
great
We
instrumentals,
can play that here.
No, would you consider that like we should play Mocus Focus? Would you consider that an instrumental, even though they yodel?
Okay.
What's your
What's your take on that?
You know, Zappa had something to do with that in a small...
Did he?
Yeah. I'm not sure. I'll have to wiki that, but he had something to do with the production of that song. I mean, look how many hits they had since then.
What is this? I'm only playing
Did you?
hearing
Yeah,
one
but did you?
track. I'm only hearing one track of this.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we should. I'm gonna look for Mocus Pocus because you couldn't find it, right? Mocus Mucus.
Yeah,
I don't have it either.
Next break.
It's you found it?
It's scanning.
I'll
And
find
that's
it.
another thing. I want to thank Sneaky Pirate, one of my friends, for giving me his Pogo plug. Now I can generate my own cloud. No more slave to these people that want to charge you money for having a cloud over 10 gigs or something. I can generate my own cloud. All my
Bitches.
files are available online. Hey, screw those bitches.
Good for you.
So that takes care of Alan Michaels segment number 1. Because
we're good there.
He and other people. I've mentioned this before. He and other people, and I guess at this point, I'm just going to have to say it.
Just say it.
Although we're up against a break, and I want to keep things in a kind of a timely fashion, because Suds is going to be showing up around 1 or something. I hope, unless he gets into a horrible accident or something.
I don't say that.
Speaking of Suds, and I should probably save the Suds material for when Suds gets here.
Is here.
He and Breakfast. I'm writing this down.
Okay.
You the tangent. Remind me of the
Yeah,
tangent.
I have
and
a
I'm write down
tangent. Remind
Breakfast.
What? What happened with breakfast?
There we go. And tangent, remind me, ghoul.
Ghoul.
Tangent. And
I
then,
got it,
and then
I got
the ghoul
it.
thing, because
How do you spell ghoul?
Ghoul, just like it sounds.
An H.
The H is silent.
Got it.
You know, as in Umberto. What kind of a person has a name Umberto?
Hey, it's a very common name. Why are you
Me.
hating?
It's my middle name.
All right, before we
It
take
is?
the break, though,
Yes.
I have the audio from the inaugural speech that nobody heard.
I didn't
They
hear
cut
it.
this part out.
I didn't hear it.
Let's hear it.
You didn't hear it?
No.
Well, I have it right
was
here.
busy.
It's an exclusive for the SoFlo Radio audience.
Lay it on his dad. Mom.
Hear me. Hear this! Among my people, we carry many such words as this from many lands, many worlds. Many are equally good and are as well respected. But wherever we have gone, no words have said this
I was
thing
holding
of
on.
importance
Is this E Plot Mista?
in quite this way. Look at these 3 words written larger than the rest, with a special pride never written before or since. Tall words, proudly saying,
We, the people.
"We the people." That what you call Eid Plebnista was
Had a
not
good laugh.
for the chiefs or the kings or the warriors or the rich or the powerful, but for all the people.
We, the people.
Down the centuries, you have slurred the meaning out of the words "we, the people of the United States." In order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide
Tranquility?
common defense,
Domestic
promote the
tranquility?
general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty.
We,
I want to break into song when I hear this, you know, from Schoolhouse Rock.
Posterity.
we, the people.
Have you
Go.
heard that?
Ordained and established this Constitution, these words and the words that follow. They must apply to everyone.
Ah!
Or they mean nothing. Do you understand?
Ah!
We, the people.
People.
That's a nice job.
The holy words will be obeyed.
Is that it? Are we done with that fun?
You guys have too much fun.
We have too much fun. It ought to be illegal in some states. It is.
It ought to be.
1222, SoFloRadio.com.
If I could get that.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Okay.
The sluttiest radio sluts online.
Do it now, lick it good.
SoFloRadio.com.
We're thugs.
Don't miss By the Glass with Brett Hubbard.
6 to 7 every Thursday night on SoFlo. By the Glass.
By the Glass is a show about beverage culture.
Brett Hubbard.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to connect the dots on how every...
SoFloRadio.com invites you to call. It's free and it's easy. All you have to do is pick up the phone and dial 954 Music.
Though they never learn to drive. Once a year they drive down here to ruin our lives. They're disgusting and they're rude. With that constipated Pepsi attitude. Here's the Canadians schlepping all around. Looking for a deal on a meal where the service is fine and leave no tip behind. Here's a Canadian driving on down, causing certain death, turning left when they meant to go right, with no signal lights and weaving side to side. They wear Speedos on the beach to show their ugly, pasty cellulite. And they want us to believe these cheap mumsers help fuel our economy. Here's the Canadian schlepping all around, looking for a deal on a meal where the service is fine and leave no tip behind. Here's the Canadian driving on down, causing certain death, turning left when they meant to go right, with no signal lights and weaving side to side.
Don't miss By the Glass with Brett Hubbard, 6 to 7 every Thursday night on SoFloRadio.com.
By the Glass.
By the Glass is a show about beverage culture.
Brett Hubbard.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to connect the dots on how everything works together. It's really all about how we enjoy things, how we enjoy life, and how beverages play a big part in that. I'm going to bring in people that are going to display their aspect of the culture. I'm going to bring in people that are going to show you different products. We're going to look at places where people go to consume these beverages and how they all interact. Things are built around the actual beverage itself.
By the Glass. Thursdays from 6 to 7. Only on SoFloRadio.com.
Music.
Oh, well, that's okay. We're ready to come back anyway. It's doing a lot of things. That computer over there is doing a crazy update, and it's just going to blow up. And if it dies, we'll throw it in a pool.
It just
It just died.
Yeah.
Oh well.
If this is worthy of a reboot or something.
I hear something. Why not? Here, I'll turn it down and. I mean, I don't know if a reboot would.
It's locked.
Do it. Well, just don't touch it for a second.
It's frozen.
Welcome back to the show. I just heard that we were feeding video, but not audio. But that's okay.
Wait, hold on.
The
a
show
second.
starts now.
You hear any audio?
Oh, I turned it down. There you go.
Okay. Now,
so it was working.
Do you want to play Mocus Mucus? Because I was really I was all stoked
it's
for
burping. Let's try it.
It's
All
it's
right.
going to be doing that. Don't restart it. It's a masterpiece. You don't think that? It's a masterpiece.
A little out of my element here.
Yeah. For a lot of reasons.
Oh my!
There it is, after a lot of pain and consternation and everything. If you notice that there's an open space on the camera area over here, this is where Suds goes.
That's an imaginary Suds.
I think this camera angle might be the best one that we've gotten so far.
Is
Check
this
it
where
out.
the rubbing's gonna happen?
Check it out, old girl. You're looking good. Look over, look over here. Look over there. See there?
Who's that blonde beauty?
Yeah.
Oh, there.
Over there.
Oh,
meanwhile-
that's fine.
Hey, here's
You
the
like that.
the exciting announcement. Now that we got the audio worked out, well, there have been some audio encoding errors because we went through an encoder overhaul over here, and we're still
Overhaul.
shaking the bugs out. See there? See what you do?
Overhaul.
Not good. Although you're so cute, I don't even notice. We are now on live 3.
I just got that.
I'm very confused.
I don't.
Yeah.
We're now on all major servers. For the people that know or don't know about internet broadcasting,
It's a bell curve.
There are 3 servers. Yes, curves. So there are 3 major. There are 3 servers. You can be on Shoutcast, Icecast, or Live 365 with your internet stream, and then everything else, like if it's an app or like TuneIn Radio or iTunes Radio or something, they have to pick that stream up from the streaming that you do on one of those 3 servers. As of, I don't know, yesterday, the day before, we finally got all the bugs worked out. Not all of them, I guess, but we're on all those. We're on Live 365, we're on Shoutcast, Icecast, anything. iTunes continues to be a pain in the ass. We just keep resubmitting our application. But the good news is they have a new category now. Boca, remember they didn't have a talk category now? Now they have a news/talk category on iTunes Radio.
Never heard of that one
Yeah,
before.
and these are the Apple people. They live in an ivory tower. Product goes that way. Money comes this way. Don't try to talk to us, you prole, you peasant, you mortal.
You douchebag.
Yes. We have more money than America. We are beyond all reproach and above every law. Ah! Kind of like me. I'm above every law.
Oh, yeah.
On account of my godlike status. See? I had to explain the
Oh, yes.
the deific picture over here. I can walk on water. I'm trying to get Luis the Artiste to call in. He says Nathalise is a hottie. And I
Who's
wanted
Luis
him
the Artiste?
Luis the
Oh,
Artiste
that's
is
good.
the artist responsible for this image and
I
other
think
things.
He's awesome. He did the cartoons for the sports heads that John didn't like.
Yes.
I
that.
like those cartoons. I thought they were great.
You will be caricaturized at some point.
Oh,
I
I
know.
want to see
And
that.
since he thinks you're a hottie, it'll be.
Oh,
it'll
you're
be-
gonna get it
It'll be
fast.
flattering. It'll be
Yeah.
Better
complimentary.
than me, which was just
Yeah.
a picture frame.
He's gonna have to
What
get
do you
out
mean,
his.
a
What he
picture
did
frame?
for me, you could buy at Frank's.
Yeah, that's okay. It was worth every penny I paid
Don't
him.
hate on
Exactly.
the autist.
Frank's Arts and Crafts.
That's the thing about artists, is that they're gonna do their thing and nuts to you. I'm trying to get the freaking news on over here just in the background. No, mute.
Oh,
Mute. I don't want
no.
a broadcasting tip of the week. It's repeat after me.
Okay.
the
Don't news.
News.
Say
Oh,
news.
see, now let's give her a diploma. $14,000, please.
News.
Right. She don't. She's or don't. That's a little close to home there because she's one of those victims.
I am.
In case, yeah.
Oh, and the other thing is. Don't say is. It's is.
Eels.
Eels. There's a Y in all of these.
You could have given us the $14,000.
Yeah.
Except I didn't know you then.
Nevertheless, our phone lines are open 954-99-0036, Luis, or you can Skype us directly at SoFlo Radio. Just SoFlo Radio, that's our handle over here. It is a live show, and I just don't want to talk about Alan all day long. When Suds shows up, we're going to be talking about guns.
Surprised Byron hasn't called.
So here, the exciting announcement. I did the exciting announcement. We're on all streaming platforms. You
Yay.
Apple heads that only listen to radio with your iTunes account, you're doing it wrong. And you should be listening with Radio Loyalty. You'll notice the big banner on the top of our page. That's the Radio Loyalty page. Please sign up and listen to not just us, but every radio station that you like with Radio Loyalty. And if the station that you like isn't on Radio Loyalty, tell me. Don't tell Radio Loyalty. Tell me. I'll handle it because I'm in the process. I'm going to create Radio Loyalty stations for everything that I want to listen to. Radio Loyalty is going to be my radio player of choice because I listen to the radio. And finally, somebody has come up with a great idea. Remember the whole buying the audience concept from ages ago? Here's an old concept made new again and done right. They're going to pay you to use their player. Radio Loyalty is the only radio player, and we're on all of them. You got Receiva, TuneIn, Spark Radio, Wonder Radio, Stitcher. Lewis likes to talk about Stitcher all the time. All these radio players, people have already made their decisions for radio players based on, I don't know what, Voodoo Magic.
Yeah, well,
You type
Loyalty's
in
a new one
You go
on
to your
there.
iTunes, like, do I have an iPhone? You have an iPhone? No, you have that thing. You
have
have
that
radio
thing.
players? Do you have a radio player that you use to listen to radio stations from around the world or internet radio stations like ours? Many people have already made a radio player decision. I suggest using the radio loyalty player. Create an account. It's free.
Do you have an app?
It's better than free. They pay you. They pay. Yes, it's an app.
Really?
You accumulate points. Allow me to. I closed my browser. You accumulate points. It's like green stamps. All right. The exchange rate is horrendous, as you might imagine. But it's like green stamps. You accumulate points just by using their player, whether you use it with your PC or your computer, your desktop, or their app on the phone. These people are geniuses. Advertisers pay people money to show their ads on their radio players. Somebody has come up with a brilliant idea, radio loyalty, to take a portion of that money and actually pay people to use the player so that the ads will be seen
and not heard.
Right. Well, no, actually, they'll pay you to run their spots too. So, which I'm hoping. I have no idea what that is, but I'm using radio loyalty. This is a unsolicited endorsement. I'm using radio loyalty as a radio player because I'm already up to like 11,000 points. I've only been using it for a week. That'll buy me nothing. It's like green stamps. Remember the green stamps from the olden days, Boca? You had to have several books, but you could go into the green stamp store and actually walk out with something of value.
What was wrong with that idea?
Nothing.
Exactly.
Nothing was wrong with that idea. It's free stuff. Right? It's like cash back on your credit card. Yeah, it takes a long time to accumulate it, but there's nothing, and then there's better than nothing. Radio loyalty is better than nothing. All of the other radio players, they're scrolling ads all the time, and they're paying you nothing. Radio loyalty actually gives you a piece of the action.
All right, I just downloaded the app. Let's see if I like it.
And
I'll let you know.
And listen to us.
Week.
Well, here's what I don't like about radio loyalty, and I'm going to write them an email. I'm going to write them an email with my finger up in the air and say, "Now see here, I'm going to channel the spirit of Mo Howard David." They insist on streaming at 128. All of their content is at 128. Buffering problem, people. Have you not? Even on Wi-Fi, we encounter a buffering problem. We here on SoFloRadio.com, we stream at 64K. There's a nice compromise. File size and audio quality and the whole buffering concept. Buffering.
Yeah.
Buffering.
Because you want to be able to drive around. I do. I listen to us in the car and other things using radio players as I'm driving around. Even 64K, if you're on the Edge network or on 3G, you'll get a little bit of buffering. 4G, no problem. You're fine. Typically. Unless you go above that, unless you go to 128. And I know that people, like radio loyalty, like a lot of these radio players, they envision that most internet broadcasting is music oriented, and probably that is true. Nevertheless, not all of it is. And even music, if you're listening to music, 64K is just fine. It's just fine for music that's streaming over your phone. I'll tell you what, I would rather have the diminished quality of a 64K stream coming out of my car speakers than a song that keeps getting interrupted every few minutes, like as if I'm listening to an 8-track tape. All of a sudden here I'm jamming out to my favorite song. Maybe I'm bouncing along to some Moombaton, thinking about how much Boca Brian hates it, and then all of a sudden it stops, and I'm like, curses! It's Boca.
No fade first.
No, it just you've
Somebody
seen the
8 tracks
little
would
scroll
fade
bar, yeah.
in the middle of
That's not
the
smart.
song.
No, the 8-tracks. Gotta lie. What a horrendous idea. So the Allen thing, well, we still got a couple minutes before the next break that may or may not work.
Wait, there's a tangent.
I'm getting to the tangent. This
Okay.
is the pre-tangent.
Reminding you.
This is the ghoul tangent.
Okay.
Because I need a whole segment to do the other thing.
Well, it says this here. We can talk about Sven Gulli.
Okay. and Wooly Gooly.
It's actually
Okay.
a pretty funny show.
Alan and and you not the least in some of the
Yes.
I don't know. I don't remember exactly how much of this
It's not
conversation got onto the air.
Okay. Which one?
The one about the website that Alan registered. Oh, don't talk about it.
Oh yeah, we talked about it a lot.
20kids.com or something, and I was making fun of it saying 20deadkids.com or 20.
Yeah.
Alan got the idea that he thought was good, and he still excuse me, it still doesn't matter how many times you try to explain something to Alan, he doesn't care. He got the idea, like the Neil Rogers tribute. I registered 20kids.com. You go and you light a candle.
20deadkids.com.
It's not 20 Dead Kids, but that's what I was calling it
Yeah.
because I thought it was very ghoulish. Immediately,
He is a ghoul.
he is a ghoul.
I concur.
He's my ghoul friend.
Anybody to capitalize on that at all? I mean,
Right.
actually, that was like
Well, that's just it. Here's the argument back and forth. Thank you, because oh no, it's for charity. And I said,
Yeah.
Alan,
His
I'm
charity.
a very, very busy man.
His charity.
I'm a busy
His
man.
pocket's
No,
charity.
see, here's what he didn't understand. Either way, and this is what I couldn't get him to wrap his head around this concept. Alan, I'm busy. Life is made out of time. I wake up in the morning. I have to work all day long. I have to get through a whole bunch of activities just to keep everything going, just to keep my head above water. I don't have time for charities. Well, what if you said that you donated 90% of the proceeds, you kept 10%? Then we're making money off of the dead kids.
It's not charity.
Well, then what if you gave it all to charity? Then I'm wasting my time. Well, what if you gave them a percentage? Then we're making money off the dead kids. Well, what if you gave it... Alan! I'm not going to do it for money, and I'm not going to do it for free. So what does that leave, Alan? Do some math. Okay. But what if... Oh, don't you dare say 20 kids again, Alan. Don't you dare say, what if... Don't you start the next sentence with, what this actually happened. I shit you not. I'm embellishing nothing. He sat right over there where Boca is. And I said, well, what if? And I said, Alan, don't say what if again. Drop it. I'm not going to do it for money, and I'm not going to do it for free. Don't say the word charity to me ever again. And by the way, that goes to everyone. Everyone out there.
He must have read that
Don't
article.
go. And so I had to explain, well, what's wrong with that? What's wrong? I said, it's ghoulish. I don't understand why it's ghoulish.
NRA
Alan
thinks it's great. They made $1 million.
So I had to explain. Tell me, right, well, we'll talk about the NRA later. Tell me if you disagree with this concept, because I had to explain ghoulishness to Alan. All right?
Okay.
Alan, here's why it's ghoulish. Let me explain what a ghoul is. A ghoul is something that's someone who is turned on, excited, or attracted to dead things and dead people. I'm not attracted. Alan, children died. Okay? Now, the normal social reaction to a dead thing is to turn your back and move away from it. Dead carcasses smell bad. There are things that are attracted. There are things that are attracted to the dead body. Maggots, magpies, ravens, crows, vultures. Yeah. All of these are negative images. When someone calls you a vulture, that's an insult. When someone calls you a ghoul, that's an insult. When people slow down to see a traffic accident, that's ghoulish behavior. They're looking to see injury and death, maybe a head and maybe a severed arm or something. Alan. It's cool. Alan, something dies, you turn your back, you distance yourself from it. You don't associate yourself with it. If anyone has any right or rationale to associate themselves with these 20 dead kids, it's the parents or the family members. Mm-hmm. If they want to, say, capitalize or otherwise gain attention by their association, well, what if we took the website and auctioned it off and gave the money to charity?
What if you shit-can the whole idea altogether?
Don't tell me. Yeah. And Alan, he still doesn't understand what ghoulishness is. Alan, here it is. Let me draw you a picture. Mm-hmm. Something dies. You don't talk about it. You don't mention it. You don't move towards it. You don't do tribute to it. It's ghoulish. There is absolutely no man, woman, or child on the planet, even kicked in the head by mule sterno junkies, who are going to believe that if you associate yourself with this tragedy, no matter how you put it, no matter what you do, people are going to say, you're profiting, you're capitalizing, you're trying to gain attention by associating yourself with this. That's what the people will say.
Well, yeah,
no matter what you do.
But it's mostly because it's a tragedy. The whole ghoulish thing about like death, you turn away, all that good stuff, that's cultural. Like what about El Dia de los Muertos?
Sure, but that's cultural. But that's
you know
not,
what I mean?
Right.
They revere their dead.
Yeah,
they're putting their stuff up. They're dressing up mannequins in the dead guys'
and they
clothes.
Got that cool skull art.
Yeah,
Scully
and
art.
It's all about the death thing.
Sure,
you know,
and
so
it's their way of dealing. That's good. Yeah. That's actually a good way of taking the power away, the fear away. That's a great.
So
concept.
I understand why Alan was wrong about the kids and the tragedy and la. But my feelings are mixed on the whole.
Let me tell you something about Alan. He does not have good intentions.
I've heard.
Ever.
So I've heard.
He doesn't know what a good intention is. He doesn't know. He's really kind of a sociopath because he still doesn't understand why this was ghoulish. He doesn't know right from wrong. He doesn't know good from bad. He's an opportunist. He's a pure opportunist, very much like a vulture. He's going to be drawn to, if he sees a crowd gathering somewhere, he wants to jump in the middle of it and hawk his wares.
I see.
So there, on that note, and then when we come back, we can do the other, the tangent, which is not just for Alan, but for a lot of other people. I've done it before, and I'm going to have to do it again. Thank you, Stewie. The delay. I hope we're ready for that break. That tangent that I've been putting off, coming up next.
The Nicole Sandler Show, weekday mornings at 10 on the South Florida Radio Network.
Did you know corn is bad for you? Scientific studies have shown the human body does not digest corn kernels properly, which can cause unsightly discomfort. Longer, firmer, and fully packed with flavor. SoFloRadio.com.
When you're ready to actually lose weight safely and steadily while being monitored by a physician, the Weight Loss Clinic of Dr. Kim Jacobson is there for you. The family medicine practice was established by her father in 1956 and continues as a medical practice that now specializes in weight reduction. Dr. Kim Jacobson joined the practice 20 years ago as both a family medicine practitioner and weight loss specialist. The Weight Loss Clinic utilizes a combination of appetite suppression medication and vitamins to produce great results, usually 3 to 4 pounds per week for most patients. Now you can change your lifestyle while still enjoying your own food, just less of it. They offer a choice of 2, 3, or 4-week plans. So whether you just need to lose a few pounds or a lot, the Weight Loss Clinic of Dr. Kim Jacobson can help you. They're located at 5454 Northeast 4th Avenue in Miami, just 2 blocks west of 54th Street and Biscayne Boulevard. Call them at 305-751-0091. They'll be happy to answer any and all of your questions. That's 305-751-0091. Get started on a beautiful new body today with Dr. Kim Jacobson and the Weight Loss Clinic.
SoFloRadio.com. Give us a call at 954-99-000.
Did you know corn is bad for you? Scientific studies have shown the human body does not digest corn kernels properly, which can cause unsightly discomfort. Until now! Finally, the good folks at Whippy Fart have developed corn kernels you can really enjoy. Celebrity Poop Corn. Poop corn is easy to digest because it already has. Only the finest, plumpest kernels are carefully hand-picked, rinsed, and harvested from famous celebrities like Madonna, Dennis Franz, and Jack Palance. They say your family's gonna love to eat Celebrity Poop Corn. Now with red pepper seasoning.
WABC, with the best jingles in New York.
I had a problem that I couldn't talk about. I guess I was too ashamed. I was spoiled by a moil who took way too much off. I've given him the blame. And after a lifetime of rejection and dejection, I had to find a better way. So I went in for an erection injection, and now everything is okay. That's my boner, longer than an Amtrak train. That's my boner, take another look at my one-eyed guy. That's my boner, gets me in the carpool lane. That's my boner, things are coming up my way. Changed my wardrobe, had to buy new pants with an expanding fly. I'd rather do that than stay hung like a gnat, no need to wonder why. Found a new direction and I'm making an impression, feel like a brand new guy. When I swing it around and lob it down on the table, if it had wings it could fly. That's my boner, pointing out a better way. That's my boner, how about the size of my one-eyed guy? That's my boner, tied to the side of my leg. That's my boner, things are coming up my way. That's my boner, gets me in the carpool lane. That's my boner, take another look at my one-eyed guy.
I have a fan club, and yeah, there's a hierarchy within the fan club.
Really?
Didn't you know? Not that Lisa's new to town, so she doesn't know how famous I used to be, and now I do this.
And now,
welcome to SoFlo Radio, ladies and gentlemen, the George Rodriguez Show, featuring the beautiful Boca Bryan, the okay-looking Natalie Jimenez, and then of course the luscious Suds Coleman will be in shortly. Over here. Let me adjust into you shifted position over here.
Just for a moment. I don't want to smoke.
Thank you. That's very
I'm going to move the
considerate
camera.
of you.
Oh man, my phone is all vibrating and everything. Probably just a bill collector.
It's a camera shot. We're on top of each other, which I really don't mind. But,
It's
I don't
fine.
think you'd mind the cigarette, so I'm over.
Yes, thank you very much.
I'll adjust the camera appropriately or inappropriately, as the case may be.
It all depends.
954-99 000 36.
That's what June Allison said.
Yeah, really?
Oh, sorry.
Depends.
Old
That's
joke.
old jokes.
Sorry.
That's for years since I've been talking about hanging out with Boca. That's a Boca-ism, is cracking old jokes on the air, but more importantly, like, you should really go to a restaurant. And so that you can enjoy the whole cracking jokes that nobody gets, especially the waitress or waiter.
Speaking of cracking, when I used your windows to the world bathroom, I did stick my ass out the window.
How'd that go?
I'm sure the neighbors love that, and it wouldn't be the first time. By the way,
the police siren stopped.
Oh, good.
From in between, just so you know, at this time of year, in between 10:30 and noon, those are tan on the can times. If you would like to, you just open up the shades, and when you
Nice
just sit on the
sun.
can and get a tan. So you
need
don't have to
one
go
of
to Hallover
those.
to get a tan.
It's a hell of a beach
on the area. You know that old expression where the sun don't shine? That doesn't apply to my bathroom.
Yeah, the sun shines in your
the
bathroom.
sun shines on everything in my bathroom.
Sure
In our
does.
studio
You could
bathroom.
actually tan your balls. Like
what do you mean?
Oliver.
What do you mean I could?
Yeah.
Let me show you something.
Oh, that's okay.
Let me show you some roasted nuts. Let me show you. They used to be walnuts, but now they're Brazil nuts.
Caramel balls.
They're cocoa nuts because I put cocoa butter on them.
Beautiful.
The only bathroom in town.
Mm-hmm.
I have toilet paper, moist wipes, and sunscreen
all together
right next to each other.
This is true.
Next to the toilet.
This is true.
People are going to be lining up outside. It's like, hey, I want to get a tan on the can.
Hey,
I should
you
charge
should
money.
start charging. Yeah,
I should start charging, and
It's
that brings
natural,
me to
all
my
organic.
tangent. Thank you for a wonderful. That's called a segue. Nathalie,
I got you, boo.
thank you for a wonderful segue into the tangent I was going to take. I've mentioned it before, and now I think I might actually have to start charging my male acquaintances because I've only got a couple of male friends.
Oh.
Definition of the word friend, and my male friends have already hooked up thanks to their association with me, and they cannot deny that. Like, call them up and say, you have what you got because of me, right? And they have to say, yes. Right, thank you. So I've often joked about, I would say, I'm gonna charge a cover charge for the dudes that want to hang around me. Yeah. Alan is one of those dudes. And I've been making fun of that. I've been,
playing around
with that concept before, but now I think I'm going to have to because it has happened.
What happened?
It has occurred that now male acquaintances are seeking out my company and otherwise hanging around more than I would normally hang out with them, and it's all very insincere because I know they're not hanging out with me because they like me. They do, they like me fine, but they wouldn't be hanging out as long as they are if not for the fact that they know that at some point some bitch is going to be showing up, and they want to mash on them. And this is the problem that I'm having, Alan. For example, and I am blessed. Thank you, Vinny the Pimp, whose birthday party I was just at recently.
Vinny the Pimp.
Vinny the Pimp is his nickname,
Okay.
and I'm passed out on his couch or anything because Vinny the Pimp is another individual, not unlike myself, who travels with a swarm of women.
I saw the picture.
He introduced me to his swarm.
Okay.
And our swarms combined, and now we have a horde.
So you guys are like pack leaders.
No, see, here's the thing about Vinny the Pimp and myself. We're just nice guys, a combination of nice guy and gentleman. Gentleman implies a lot of things. Vinny the Pimp and I like to fancy myself a true gentleman, a cigarette lighting, door opening,
I see.
kind of person. And not just that, but in my case, since I don't talk the sports, since I don't watch the sports and talk the sports and everything, and just a lot of factors involved. Raised by my sister and her teenage friends, helping my sister raise her daughters, being parent number 3, Mr. Mom, driving my sister's children around and their children and just hanging out with all the moms. And then my wife created a mom's club so that she wouldn't have to hang around with children.
Great.
So I hang out. I have a lot of female friends, mom friends, and everything. And then Vinny the Pimp, for his own reasons, just because he's so damn cool.
Okay.
So sophisticated, and he knows his way around wine and everything. He also happens to be friends with a lot of women.
Chicas.
And I want to thank him for the invitation to the birthday party and the other events that he invites me to, and the fact that he introduced me to what is my primary party posse, the 3 Ps. Or as I call them, the pipe-hitting niggas. The hardcore pipe-hitting niggas.
Pipe-hitting niggas.
From Pulp Fiction. Thank you. Just in case the audience didn't hear it the first time, Natalisa's here to Repeat it.
I'm here to repeat it.
That's the magic word Republicans try so hard not to say.
It's okay.
They come up with every other word.
You know, careful because you don't want a nickname. I know you do want a nickname, but you don't want it to be Echo.
I'm just going to stop talking.
Don't stop talking. So anyway, so for my because and people, they see the pictures on Facebook, and this is what happens. Because I am so very blessed, and the women that you see pictured with me on Facebook are friends, wonderful, wonderful people, friends, as opposed to the male acquaintances. I have male friends, like for example, Vinny the Pimp, a friend.
He's a good friend.
He's a good friend.
A real friend.
A genuine friend.
Authentic.
And I could count the male friends that I have on one hand, but they're all like Oedipus. People have heard me talk about my male friends over the years at great length. Dudley Do-Right, Oedipus Rex, Vinny the Pimp, Sneaky Pirate, who I just mentioned earlier, who owes his wife to me, just got married in Key West, and it was my doing. Ugh, weddings, how depressing. Blech. I was like, God, you know what? Next time I go to a wedding, I'm handing out barf bags. What a sickening.
I believe.
The opposite of romance.
Weddings are cute.
It's the funeral for your romantic life. Burlap.
So you say.
Anywho, I do say over and over again. So I'm blessed. This isn't bragging. This is me thanking the cosmos and just expressing my appreciation for the wonderful people that I have in my life, the close, wonderful friends that I have in my life who happen to be females. And they're friends. And I don't want to use the word just friends because that sounds like it's a diminished thing or a diminishment, like just friends. Like people use the word just in front of another word to mean something less. Like
I understand.
You ask your friend for some food, say, I'm hungry, you got anything to eat? And they say, I got some chips. And you say, just chips?
That's it.
No salsa? Just
Seriously.
chips? So when somebody says just friends, it means like, really? That's all? I'm not disappointed. Maybe a little bit.
A little bit.
Because some of the female friends that I have are just gorgeous. And by some of them, I mean like all of them. Amazing. But that's okay. Because my friendship means much more to me than a notch in my gun.
Okay.
Got lots of notches. I wouldn't trade a single friendship for an extra notch because the friendships that I have with my female friends are wonderful and they're supportive and they're wonderful. I have a lot of moms. I love them. Thank you for all, to all of the female friends that I have in my life. Thank you for letting me hang with you. If you look on my Facebook, there's a wonderful picture of me with some female friends on my birthday. My female friends allowed me to hang. That was my birthday present from them. They allowed me to be seen with them publicly.
Oh, wow.
That's huge.
It's so nice.
Talk
of them.
about increasing my real estate value.
That is so nice of
It's
them.
incredibly
I'm
nice of them
telling
because
you.
normally they wouldn't be caught dead with a troll.
You've got some real
like me.
friends.
They're
You've got
wonderful.
some legit friends.
So, but it's creating
Definitely.
a little bit of a chain reaction effect, not just because of the Facebook things, but the studio over here. Now that I'm here all day long working and everything, it's always been the studio. I've had this place for a long time, and it was a clubhouse for my friends and I long before it was a radio studio. It became a radio studio because it was storage, excess storage, computers, computer graveyard. Me and my friends, electronic stuff, loose wires, things that I couldn't fit in my closet at home, wound up over here in the clubhouse. So all the ingredients were already over here. But now that I'm here all day long doing work and programming and coders and things, thank you.
Yeah.
It's become a little bit of a lounge, a little bit of a pit stop, a little bit of a way station for the people because we're in Hollywood, conveniently located. So between the pictures that are seen on Facebook and the activity here, my male acquaintances have decided that hanging out with George would be a great way to meet chicks. And they say things like, hey, George, they'll see pictures on Facebook, and it's not just Alan, but I got a couple other people that I'm speaking about specifically, and they don't listen to the show. I'm not going to name their names, but there are a couple people, and every time, it's like that's all they say. Every time that they see something posted on Facebook.
What do they say?
Or they hear me talking, they go, hey, George, when am I going to get a phone call? Invited me the next time you go along. Look at that. George, I just saw a picture of you on Facebook with 3 women. Why didn't you call me? Now, do I even have to answer that? Do we just play the logic of that out?
You can't handle 3 women.
What's that? Well, there's so many.
help.
We could just sit here. Right, exactly. We could just sit here and go point by point over stupid answers to stupid questions. Like, why didn't I invite you? It's like because the penis quota was full. There was absolutely as much penis in that room as I wanted there to be.
Which was?
Why on earth would I invite more penis to a social event? Let's think that through for a second. Jim, Bill, person, whoever you are. Think that through. I'm in a room full of women. I know what this room needs. Sausage. Way more sausage. I'm going to start calling my dude friends so that they can come over here and start hitting on my female friends. And I say this. I say, I have the female friends that I have because, among other things, I don't inflict my male friends on them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't use my friendship with them to hook up my dude friends. Like, why on earth? How does that benefit me at all? Why on earth would I do that? I am not going to hit on them. And like, well, then why did you just say what you just said?
Or why do you want to be there?
Why do you want to be there? You don't even know anything about these women. They could be they could be man-hating Wicca women.
Ooh.
It won't play.
It's playing. I'm hearing it.
I hear it, yeah.
Well, we're having all kinds of technical difficulties, but the good news is,
Uh-oh.
did we just freeze up?
I played a drop and it took me into a browser.
I don't like guys.
Wow, that's weird.
Nice.
Weird things
play
are
the tag.
happening, ladies and gentlemen.
That's okay.
Just that kind
So,
of Friday.
I don't like guys.
As we're getting
there
into
we
the
go.
break. Thank you. Is that?
You know, I can't find humongous penis.
Did you look between your legs?
I mean the file.
Oh, where's the rim shot? That was called a setup and a delivery. You see, setup and spike in the comedy business, not the least.
Okay.
In case you didn't know, Boca has a humongous penis.
I heard you told me once.
That's why I don't own
Yeah.
a gun.
You don't need one.
We'll get into that. You're not going to accomplish your goals with that kind of rhetoric, Mom. But nevertheless, do I have to explain further the whole thing? I do not have the friendships that I have with females in order to hook them up. I'm not in the business of pimping for anyone. I'm not interested in helping my fellow man get laid. You got your sports, you got your strippers.
Go be happy.
Have fun with that because I'm not into either of that. I'm going to be sitting over here where the women are, holding the yarn, talking about chunky periods, okay? That's what I'm going to be doing. Y'all have fun at the football game and then go to the strip clubs afterwards. We're going to be over here talking about feminine hygiene products, okay? Leave me alone. Leave me and the bitches alone. We're doing fine. If you want to get laid, go somewhere else. Do not mill about me and stop asking me to call you like I need a wingman. First of all, like what? Why? What is the logic of that? If I need a wing person, it's going to be a wing woman because nothing makes you look better to chicks than chicks.
This is true.
It's like, oh, it's like a duck decoy.
Hello.
It's like why do the duck hunters put the decoys out there to make it look like it's okay to the other ducks?
Make it
okay. So
warm.
I don't.
Comforting.
You know, I don't need one of my lecherous male acquaintances, suds, hanging out with me with like a freaking tiger, like a jaguar in a tree waiting to leap down on one of my female friends. I tell you, that it wouldn't be my female friends long if every time they came around, some dude was hanging like a ninja from the ceiling waiting to pounce down on them.
That's true.
So there you go, guys. People that are out there, you know, Alan, and people that... Oh, George, I saw a picture of you. Well, first of all, Alan, you're a little troll. Why wouldn't I introduce you to any of these women? Because you're a troll. You're a gnome. And you reek. You sweat cigarette tar. You reek. You touch things, and it smells of cigarette. I have to Febreze everything after you've been in the studio. Suds Coleman is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. If the computer over there works, we'll be back with the Spick and Sud Show. 104 SoFloRadio.com.
It's the 1 to 2 hour.
If it wasn't for Suds, there'd be no show. There'd be no show. There'd be no show. If it wasn't for Suds, there'd be no show. No show. No show.
I'm gonna tell you about my younger days when my health was good, but my mind...
And then what happened? I heard you click something. You froze it up. I heard you click something. Beer.
I'm gonna tell you about my younger days when my health was good, but my mind was crazed by chemical interactions in my brain. Yes, I got high, you know it's true. But what I'm gonna relate to you will keep you just like me from going insane. Cause you know beer is good for you. Beer is good for you. Beer is good for you. Yes, it's true. Beer is good for you. Yeah, keep off crack, speed, smoke. You'll just get dumber with every toke. Rocks in your head, no wonder it's called stoned. Your heart beats fast, eyes red as hell. The monkey just gets bigger till your money, lungs, and mine will all be blown. But you know beer is good for you. Beer is good for you. Beer is good for you. Yes, it's true. Beer is good for you. 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 Dope carnivals inside your head can turn into freak shows instead. Face every imagined horror known to you. Beautiful and exotic, paranoid and psychotic. There's nothing left but sawdust when it's through. Hey, don't feel bad, don't feel blue about all this jive I'm laying on you. I'm just trying to make a point and make it clear. No, don't get angry, don't lose hope. Just because you can't use dope, you can always make a real good case of beer. Cause you know beer is good for you. Beer is good for you. Beer is good for you. Yes, it's true. You got a point. Beer is good for you. 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 Here's to you. Beer is good for you.
I'm playing with my nose.
Honey, where this weight in gold or money? Oh, baby, that beer is good for you. Get your tongue a tingle and your mind a buzz, and wake up in the morning with a mouthful of fuzz. Oh, baby, that beer is good for you. And you know beer is good for you. Beer is good for you. Beer is good for you. Yes, it's true. Beer is good for you. Not as good as sex, but it's better than jail. Hookers cost, but so does bail. Oh, baby, that beer is cheaper, too. So tell the man behind the bar, B-E-E-R. I'm telling you, beer is good for you. And you know beer is good for you. Beer is good for you. Beer is good for you. Yes, it's true. Beer is good for you. 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 Asshole! Beer is good for you. I said that beer is. It's good for you.
Humble Harv, KHJ, Los Angeles.
I got fed up with my girlfriend. She was too Jewish, I guess. Always refusing to swallow and spitting out a big mess. So I went down to a sex shop and bought a special party mix. A very funky flavored oil that you pour over your dick. It's called a penis colada with a delightful taste that makes them want it by the mouthful and lick the splatter off their face. I keep an extra bottle on me. It only lasts for a while. So when I'm working or I'm shopping, I leave it on all the time. Now I have all the women flocking, even a couple of guys. And when they shamelessly approach me, they always tell me with a smile, I want some penis colada in my mouth and on my face. I'll do you now if you wanna pour over at my place. Not tutti frutti or patchouli now, they leave an aftertaste. I just want penis colada and snarl between your legs.
I think this is the part where we come back.
Drive home with us today and listen and have your say.
And then it just quit.
that's
There it goes.
time for
Hey,
the
Boca, I heard you
chicken
clicking
show.
it. I'm totally blaming you for that. You did it from the other room, you bastard. Watch it come back on now. At some point, that computer will catch up to all the updating that it's doing, and you'd think that starting the whole big update at 11 o'clock last night would have done it. Overhauling all these files and folders. Did you turn your microphone off? The switch is underneath. If you'd like to fiddle with things, underneath.
Got it.
There you go.
On now. Can you hear me?
We can hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
Natalie Jimenez Diaz
Can you
from
hear
the
me now?
República Dominicana, actually from New York, but if you say that you're from the DR, it sounds a little bit more exotic.
I'm from everywhere. Okay.
There you go. She's generic. She's a generic.
Now she sounded like she's from
I was
Trinidad.
Made in China.
She's from Trinidad.
Trinidad.
Where's the label? Where is he stamped made in China? Say your ass.
I can't show you.
Okay. Of course not.
Dosi Crespo.
I hope you're all enjoying my. As a matter of fact, it was. I want to thank Fangirl for the coffee cup, and then
super cute.
and then
See, I was like,
and the coffee. There was coffee stuffed in it.
My. Well, I thought you said Super Q.
Now I have a set of 4.
I used to work for a radio station that was 96 Super Q.
Thank you, Jeet, for the set of 3 more. So now I have a set of 4.
They grow some coffee in the DR, don't they?
They what?
Grow coffee there.
Of course, and tobacco. Lots
it's
of
pretty
it.
good. I had some Sumatra coffee this morning. Nice and black and just like it's just crawling out of the cup.
I do like the By the Glass show that you should be listening to Thursday at 6 o'clock. Had a special remote Wednesday from Laser Wolf. Do we have a sound effect for that? Do we have a laser sound effect?
What's Laser Wolf?
It's not a character from Fiddler on the Roof.
Is it one of those laser?
You would like it. Do you still drink beer at all, Sons? It's a wolf.
Ask me around 7 o'clock.
Yeah. Well, you would like this place.
Just not right now.
It's a craft beer bar in Fort Lauderdale, and it's really cool. And I forget the address, but just you got the Google. Don't use Google. Don't use Apple Maps anymore. By the way, did you notice that?
No.
Yeah, they're gone. Use Google Maps. But just a really wonderful, nice craft beer bar. A whole lot of craft beers on tap.
Okay.
Why don't they have that kind of thing for coffee, or do they? With all the different kinds of exotic coffees and Starbucks,
No, Starbucks doesn't count. I'm sorry.
And Dunkin' Donuts and everything. With all due respect, I like y'all's coffee, but I want to go to a coffee house that has all these different bizarre coffees. Like for example, we're enjoying some hazelnut coffee today,
Which is delicious.
Even black, is it not?
Yeah, I like it like this. I've been putting things in it, and it's always weird. So I was like, today I'm gonna have it black, and it's actually my favorite
because it's good. You can actually see the hazelnut oil floating around in it.
Oh yeah,
I like things with a nice slick on them. Like bologna. I like bologna when it gets that kind of a rainbow sheen.
Okay.
Yeah. And to answer your question,
ladies and gentlemen.
Natalie's,
yes.
Natalie's got bought my phone since I last saw her. Not
got
my phone,
your phone,
but the phone I wanted.
Yes, I got the Galaxy
And,
S3.
No, I had a.
Huh?
Let me
I like
see.
it.
I think it was all total like $625 in vet bills.
And
so
vet
I have
bills?
renamed my cat Samsung Galaxy 3.
You've got the fat battery.
I do have the fat battery.
Hey, Boca, turn your mic on there, would you?
I usually
you
tell
turned it
people
off.
it's not a fat battery. It's just really full of a lot of babe pictures.
That's what's
I'm
going
ready
on.
for you today. Now, how far did that set you back on the battery? Because when I
I think it was like $28.
For the big one?
$28, they send you the battery, a new back for the case.
Wow.
Oh yeah,
and,
of course.
the whole deal.
That's not bad.
No, heck no.
Even
And
I got $28.
Well worth it. I can go almost a day. Just like that guy. What's the guy on 24? Jack.
Yeah, I don't watch 24.
His phone lasts 24 hours.
I'll bet.
I never saw him run out of battery.
24 is it's terrorism, schmerism. People been, as a matter of fact, Natalie's one of these people. Homeland, Heartland, something land.
The show?
You gotta watch
Homeland.
that. So I downloaded season
Yeah.
number 1. I put it on a thumb drive. Took it over to my daughters. We both heard amazing things about it. We're watching it. We're 10, 15 minutes into it. We're looking at each other, looking at the TV, looking at each other, looking at the TV, and thank God she's the one that broke the silence. She goes, "Dad, war on terror stuff. And I go, "Are you thinking the same thing?" And he's like, "I don't want
But did you at least get to the part where she scrubbed her twat
Yes,
with the...
yes.
I knew you would like that.
The swabbing. I called it the swabbening. That was awesome. I
think that's why it won all those awards.
Just because of that
It
scene.
wins an award from me. Thank you so much. Her and Chelsea Handler.
Oh, Chelsea Handler.
Yeah, they're big proponents on the cooch swab.
The cooch swab.
Oh.
Thank God. For the sake of those women, I want to make a special chair. I think I'll
For
call
that,
it.
he likes
I'll
the
call it
show
the
now.
bidet. No, I like that part of the show. I'm gonna invent.
It's worth the wait each week.
That was awesome, man. She gave herself a French bath.
She did.
You're right, though. The rest of the show sucked. But that part
Right-wing
there...
propaganda. War on terror stuff is supposed to... Woo! Terrorists! Terrorists are coming to get you. Give up all your freedoms. Patriot Act good. Terrorists are coming to get you. I don't give a flying fuck about terrorists. They don't scare me. Fuck you. And I also don't give a flying fuck about Benghazi.
Good golly, Benghazi.
Good
Lord.
segue.
Benghazi flu. Benghazi flu. Thank you, Nollies. Benghazi flu and Hillary, and they're giving her a hard time. These people, these right-wingers, they're only ever going to do what they do. It doesn't matter what anybody else does that isn't part of their ilk and part of their agenda. The people left of center, as far as those people are concerned, will never, ever do anything right. Obama can deliver $1 million in cash to every working-class American's homes, and they're still going to be popping up their bush can going, "Oh, that nigger just wants to take my goon away." They're never going to do...
It's not nigger. It's socialist. It's
everything
secret
about it. It's like a
Muslim.
Mexican hat dance around that, but that's what they're thinking. That's what they're thinking. It's tearing them up. It's tearing them up. It's tearing them apart. Ted Nugent. It's tearing you apart. And it's so sad. Stop appealing to them. Stop. And like some of the political cartoons that people are posting. It's got one of them. It's got the elephant. I don't know who the artist is, but he's always drawing the elephant in a suit to represent the Republican Party. And in one frame, it says, "We're going to stop at nothing to make Obama a one-term president." And then in the next frame, the elephant is holding a tissue. "I can't believe the president's inauguration speech wasn't more bipartisan." I believe, and I've said this before, and I maintain that the people on the left, not the people on the left, but the Democratic Party.
Or the people that are left.
Is a wing. It's a dog and pony show. They're the decoy
All you
party.
hear is nigger, nigger, nigger.
Thank you, Dr. Lar. I'm not going to believe anything else until I see some definitive differences in the behavior of the two parties. Something a little bit more than the abortion issue, gay rights, gay marriage, adoption, things like that. That's good. That's good, but I would like to see a little bit more difference than that. I don't like this whole placating. I don't like this. Every time I hear the word bipartisan, it's like, what it's become? It's become a buzzword for capitulation. When the right wing uses the word bipartisan, they really mean, "Hey, you people over there that we hate, do things our way." And when the left wing uses the word bipartisan, I hear, "Hey, I'm going to walk across the aisle and suck Republican cock." That's what the word means to me when I hear it anymore. When I hear it out of the mouth of the Republicans, I hear, "Hey, Democrats, suck it." And when I hear the Democrats say it, I hear them saying, "I'm on my way." Because I don't hear the right wing compromising at all or using any language.
Oh, where's my Harry Reid bit?
In the name of compromise at all. Do you?
Harry Reid.
Oh, yeah.
The most hardest thing in the world to believe is that he was a boxer at one time. Can you imagine him? "I'll slap your belly." Harry Reid, a boxer?
Well,
He
Washington.
probably threw punches sideways like the girls do, with the flat of their hand. Not like Natalista's boy. She rocks back, gets her body weight into it.
Hey, I know some MMA. Be very careful.
I know some other acronyms too. Do you? Can we wrestle right now on the phone?
No, we cannot wrestle,
I'll go get the
George.
shower curtain, and if you're lucky, audience, you'll get to see that Made in China tattoo on the small of her back or on her butt.
I was going to say, you're talking about Washington. It's a tough town to be honest in. Just ask Beyonce.
Yeah, just
Sure.
just ask Beyonce.
Man, and because I'm watching the news.
Hey, by the way, is Spencer coming today?
Spencer the car wash guy, we can arrange it.
Boy.
He's probably still alive. He's like 103 now.
Only the covered,
I thought
only
he
the covered
died.
parking gets it today. though.
Spencer used to be our car wash guy at.
And he would come
We
here?
ran a car washing company. He would come to the radio station we worked at.
Oh.
I miss
Say, you know
Spencer.
who left the building?
Who's that?
Over there? Ho ho!
Joe Bell. This is what I heard.
Oh, really?
He moseyed on out the door.
I see.
Isn't that sad?
I didn't know.
I'll add it to my list of things to cry about later. I'm very busy. I have a rich, full day ahead of me. But
Because you know what he once said to me? If it comes up.
Thank you.
And he had prescription drugs
Mel
for
Gibson.
that. Yeah.
Do you smell Gibson? SoFlo Radio. Hello.
Hey, I have a radio loyalty
Update
beef.
question.
It's not a beef.
It buffers. It buffers
when you
like a
type
son
in
of a bitch. Yes.
Pardon what?
I said, hi. How you doing? When you type in SoFlo.
When you type in SoFlo, the only thing that comes up is she'sonlyrockandroll.com.
That should not be the case.
I know it shouldn't.
I have
Alan.
verified that, so I thought. However,
what you do is
we're on there. I'm actually using it to listen. I'm gonna do the I'm gonna try to find a station over here. I'm just gonna go in and station guide and test that theory, because certainly that was, and I don't know why that is, because of the she play, because we simulcast. I'm typing in SoFlo Radio. Did you try that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to try it again. Wait.
And
hold on.
and there we are.
Wow.
SoFlo Radio, it came right up when I did it.
Maybe.
And I listened to it on the app on my phone too.
Yeah, leave the W off flow.
Yeah.
No, I'm aware.
Okay.
SoFlo.
But thank you.
Do you see
Okay,
the
that is
mugs?
all.
Do you see the coffee mugs that everyone is enjoying today?
I do.
Anyway, well, thank you.
Yeah.
Not the
You're
least was
welcome.
actually asking me. You have fans who are girls, like she
And
was
they
all
get you
shocked.
presents?
She didn't say it like this. She go, "You have fans that are girls,
You
really?"
have a fan club with a president and everything?
ID cards, secret handshake. You betcha.
Oh my god.
I'm still trying to get into that club, but yeah.
It exists is the important part, right?
It's very exclusive. Please
Yeah,
submit
you have
your
to at least buy
applications
coffee
to
mugs,
pr@sofloradio.com.
Okay, I will.
All right.
I will try again, and I'll report back.
Please do.
Immediately, if not
Will
sooner,
do.
please.
Okay, we'll be looking for you.
Yeah,
Peace out.
adios.
And once again, the radio loyalty thing, and it's not just, it's like you got a vested interest in that. Not yet, we don't. Get people listening to it, maybe.
I don't even know what
Play
it
some of
is.
their ads. I have yet, because we have a relationship with TuneIn Radio, which is our primary player.
Yeah.
7 months ago, I signed an ad revenue sharing agreement with them. Haven't gotten a dime. Haven't gotten a statement. Radio loyalty, who knows? Who knows? So we keep experimenting. But once again, because I'm greedy and selfish, and I listen to other streaming entities. I use my phone to listen to, like, say, BBC One, for example. I'd listen to other radio stations besides just us. Why not use the player that pays you to use it? There are only like 100
That makes sense.
radio players. iTunes, that too. Spark Radio, Wonder Radio, Receiva. I'm hiccuping. Utunes. All of these radio players, most of them are free, and they pay for themselves by having ads on there.
You could go into your Dick. What's his name?
Dick Fur?
Dick Vermeil, whatever his
What's a
name.
Dick Fur?
yeah.
From the broadcasting school.
Yeah.
You could have said, Richard Dick.
Did you
Boner.
call it Robbie Robertson?
Robbie Robertson.
That's not what you called it. That's not what you called it. School of...
Give me $18,000. Voila, you're a broadcaster. Bye-bye.
Oh, here we go. Wait a minute. It's on there.
You
see
could
this.
go into your...
Oh, wait, look, see?
What's his name?
Dick Fur?
Dick Vermeil, whatever his
What's a
name.
Dick
Oh,
Fur?
yeah.
From the Vermeil.
Pool of bankruptcy and got this gig at an all-sports station, changing the urinal.
Why does it sound like you're a million miles away?
They dissolve pretty fast.
'Cause he's in the toilet.
Sometimes I gotta
Oh,
use my
okay.
face.
Thanks for explaining that to
Thank
me.
you, Connecticut School of Bankruptcy.
Hi, I'm Dick, the Connecticut School of Bankruptcy. Now, hey, there's still plenty of things left to do in this
Did you meet this guy
dying
now?
whore called
no.
radio.
Oh, I met him.
Right-wing
Yeah?
talk,
Oh,
reading 3x5 cards on FM.
His breath could peel paint.
And sports. Sports. Wow.
Wow.
That's the thing we just can't get
It was lifted off his
Okay,
actual spot.
Here's all you gotta do. First, you first you give me the $12,000 in tuition money, and then I'll just go away.
Oh,
there he went.
He went away.
There he goes.
And away he went. And we're speaking of going away. We're so late for breaks and
whatever it is.
Oh, I wanted to point some things out to you during this break. 124 on Pointing Things Out Radio, SoFloRadio.com.
At SoFloRadio.com.
We do big things.
SoFloRadio.com. No ugly chicks allowed.
Well, it's all day long. I eat ding-dongs and stuff my face with chocolate. Though I love the taste, it goes right to my waist. My belt, I just can't buckle it. When that ice cream float goes down my throat, everything's okey-doke until I see the numbers on the scale. Whoa, nothing can replace those donuts by the case. I sit at home and stuff my face. 40 Twinkies and a fat donut to munch. Yeah, a big star like me, baby, I was born to lunch. Whoa, yes, I was born to lunch. Lunch, 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 lunch.
And then what happened?
SoFloRadio.com. No ugly chicks allowed.
CBC5 is the executive liaison for all your building compliance needs. Serving South Florida from the Palm Beaches to Key West, CBC5 delivers 5-star service that brings...
what's this ABC, BDQ, whatever?
CBC5. It stands for Complete Building Compliance.
Well, I ain't building nothing, so what can they do for me?
Well, they do more than plan review and permitting. They help the little guy cut through red tape.
I got duct tape holding together my carport.
Well, CBC5 can help. Let them deal with bureaucrats. They helped George Rodriguez solve a sewer lateral problem, and they saved him a ton of money and hassles.
By City Hall, who can do that?
CBC5 can do that. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a commercial to finish. Contact Shoddy the Hottie at CBC5 786-255-3851 or log on to cbc5.net. That's cbc5.net.
To get in touch with George, call 954-990-0036 in Dubuque.
On the next Big Brother Candidates Edition, Hillary Clinton.
You all right in there, old mama?
Yeah, just...
Yes, just preparing my female voice for the fundraiser tonight.
Try talking it a little better this time. Your yellow outfits seem to hide it better than the blue.
Yeah. Is that the kind of advice I'm gonna get for the next 4 years?
Nah, I ain't gonna be around much. I got special projects I'm gonna pursue.
Projects my model days.
Yeah, that's why. What's wrong?
You know, there's just some things a girl don't want to share.
Sounds like feeding time at the zoo.
Must you stand outside the door? You make me nervous as a sword swallower with he gloves.
Yeah, well, take my advice and don't wear no more tops than plunge.
Plunge this.
Obama.
77 makes the week go fast, makes the weekend last and last. WABC.
Oh, and then what happened? You touched something. But I'm not. But I know. All right.
America hates you, Harry Reid, spineless weenie doo-doo head. Whose side are you on, you jellyfish moron? Harry will bend over forwards for whatever neocons want. balls of a fruit fly. Harry Reid calls himself a Democrat. You're not fit to lead a Girl Scout jamboree. Harry represents everything that's wrong with the Democrats. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
My staff has always said, don't say this, but I'm going to say it again because it's so descriptive, because it's true. Tourists lined up in summer and winter. In the summertime, because the high humidity and how hot it gets here, you could literally smell the tourists coming into the capital. And that may be descriptive, but it's true.
America hates you, Harry Reid, rubber stamping jellyfish geek. Weak-kneed and mouthy, like Nancy Pelosi. Go back to Nevada in contaminated yucca flats. Harry, you complain about the odor, but what really stinks is you.
All right, 1:30, SoFloRadio.com, George Rodriguez, Boca Britt, Natalice Jimenez Diaz.
Sorry.
And of course, the inimicable Suds Coleman, because his voice is just kind of generic.
Yeah.
And it's really difficult to imitate him. It just sounds like Suds.
Here's something I wrote on January 2nd, and I can't even read it.
So it must have been good beer.
Yeah. Well, it
hey,
always is.
we'll give you credit for it anyway.
Thank you. Thank you.
How was that joke?
Look at it.
It's like,
yeah.
This is like the end of some movies. Make up your own punchline, ladies and gentlemen. Hey,
that looks like Dick Robertson's autobiography.
A guy walks into a bar. Make up your own punchline.
Yeah. Guy walks into a bar and he says, "Hey, I'd like to see what you look like when I'm naked."
Okay, for those people out there listening, I just did a thing that I'm testing to see if it works right now. The big giant listen to radio loyalty banner. Let's see if this works, Suds. Bam! It should just open up the station when you click on that banner. And it's doing that.
It's very quiet.
So there you go.
By the way, remember the other day I said that...
there it is.
There we are.
I wish Suds was on the show.
Yeah.
There he is.
Oh.
Yeah.
So there, this is an unsolicited testimonial, and look where you.
There it is.
There we are. It works.
And it's full of plenty of limited time offers.
Relatively new concept that we've been waiting for a long time. I mean, imagine somebody paying you to read the newspaper, or paying you based on how many billboards you look at, or something. Because there's all these million players, and they're running ads, and they're free. It's like, no, I want something. Remember our motto here in South Florida: not free enough.
Yeah.
How free is it? Not free. Hey, I got something for you. It's free. How free is it? What else do you get? What else? What else do you get with that free thing that you're offering me? Are you going to pick me up in a limo and take me down to where you're going to give me the free thing? What comes with the free thing?
This
do
is
I
like
get a foot massage with the free thing? What are
this
the
is like an
accessories?
audio Discover card. You get 2% of the show back.
Yeah, except with all these other things. Hello, with all these other things, you get cash back when you spend money. You're going to be listening to the radio anyway. You're using a radio ployer.
Yeah,
a radio player anyway. These people are genius.
No, for this show, it's a ployer.
It's a big fight between all these. Internet radio isn't a new thing now. When we started, it was. Nowadays, I don't have to explain it to people anymore. No. They just reach in their pocket and go, "Oh," and punch it right up. But they already have a player. They've already made their decision for Christ. They've already found, in most cases, a radio player that they like, and that's why I am encouraging people. If you're going to choose, what's the difference between one and another? It's because it really doesn't matter what player you use. It's the audio. You're listening to whatever show. BBC One sounds the same on TuneIn as it does on Wonder Radio, as it does on Radio Loyalty.
Well, I run mine through a spectral analyzer to make sure I get all the highs.
There you go. I make sure I get all the highs.
Yeah.
And I don't have to use a spectral analyzer for it. So if you're going to choose one player over another, and they're all pretty much the same, and they're all scrolling ads in your face anyway, why not use the one that where you can accumulate points and then trade them in eventually for something? It'll probably take about a year, but you can get something. You get stuff. Look at it. You could they have cell phones. You could possibly get the Galaxy free. All you have to do is turn on your radio loyalty account on 5 different computers and listen for a year. I don't know.
For like a whole year straight. 24 hours a day.
You know what? If you use one of the other radio apps for a year, at the end of the year, you got nothing.
That's true. That's true.
So
You're
just
right.
leave it running. Accumulate points. I got 11,000 without even trying already. Just leave it running while you go to work, while you go do your laundry.
Yeah.
Leave it on overnight. You're leaving. Most people leave their computers on anyway, don't they?
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah. You have to sometimes. The print server.
And whenever I turn it off, that's when I have the problem.
Yeah.
Amen. That's exactly what happens.
Well, I never leave mine on.
You always turn it off?
Yeah.
It depends. I turn the laptops off, but like the desktops,
Yeah.
well, I kind of have to. I'm doing things. I'm streaming, relaying,
doing
things.
Yeah.
So there you go. So if you go to SoFloRadio.com, right there, click on the banner on top. It launches the radio loyalty listen page right to us. You can sign up from right there, but most importantly, it'll just start playing our audio.
That's what that go-to-meeting stuff's all about. You have to have your tower laptop running at your play or
Right.
office.
Oh, indeed. And I mean, it doesn't when it isn't being used, it settles down and doesn't use a lot of juice. It's the monitor really that
Yeah.
is a juice hog. This thing
I
kicks
think,
out so much heat. I take this thing to bed with me at night on cold nights. This monitor is so freaking
Well, it's
hot.
got 300-watt Westinghouse light bulbs in there.
It's an easy bake oven light bulb inside
Yeah.
this thing.
Well, according to the late and very Miss Eric, it's a heat thing that screws up. Your hard drive does not spin when you're not.
Right.
It goes to sleep.
It settles right down.
But it's still, you still got the heat problem. So
Oh,
if they're running cool, you're all right. You can leave them on pretty much all
the
the
newer
time.
computers do that. They run a little bit cooler than the
Yeah.
than the older one, the old Univacs. That
All the new ones and HPs, I might add. I could have barbecued hot dogs on my HP laptop. That thing got so hot.
Well, see, mine doesn't run hot at all.
You
I have
have
two
an
HPs, and neither one.
Well, you
they're
must
both
have a newer one
Pretty
than I
cool
have.
running. Well, one of them's a couple of years old, and the other one's about 15,000 years old. It's got a crank.
Well, this one doubled as the Joe Frazier grill. You know,
Did it?
you can make sandwiches.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Open it back up.
Speaking of that, I got a lean mean grilling machine that I don't want.
Really?
It's never
No.
been used. It's in a bag I've been throwing a lot of things out. I'm going through
I wanna
that.
try one of
that
them.
life change thing that I'm over. They're great, but just like I don't cook here, you know.
I cook all the
Do you
time.
grill things like
Yes,
grilled chicken breast and
everything.
everything? Then it's yours.
They
It's
work pretty
purple.
good. I've got
It's
one.
beautiful. It's purple. It's nice. Never been used.
I made something the
Purple.
other day.
Purple.
I made yellow rice with broccoli with bella mushrooms
Yeah.
and chopped steak on top.
Yeah.
And then I'm driving down. 'Cause I didn't know what to call it. So I'm driving down the street. I see the billboard for Pollo Tropical. Chop-a-chop. Oh, that's what I made. I'm like, well, thank you very much.
You know, that's not bad. That's actually a pretty good place. So we try to hit that like once a week. It's in the rotation. It's not. You can get stuff there that isn't fried, and it's relatively cheap. Like one of those Tropic Chops is like what, $4 for that.
Pollo's a great place.
And $4 isn't worth it.
Our mutual friend, when he comes down here, that's the first place he wants
Speaking
to go.
of product reviews, Foursquare, Yelp, or TravelAdvisor, which one? And now do I have to apply them all to Hootsuite? I was in Key West. When was it? The weekend of the 11th. What a wonderful time that was.
Nobody's ever quite sure when they were there when they get
And that's
back.
why I marked it on the calendar. Look at my one of several souvenirs, Sudsy.
Yes.
My flight. This was my buddy.
I don't know that
the whole
place,
weekend.
actually.
This is well. Have you you do? It's the bar part of Fogarty's. Fogarty's is the flying.
Oh, okay.
Fogarty's is the restaurant, and then the Flying Monkey Saloon
Okay.
is the bar side of it. And you can walk right up. They've got like 4 giant taps of frozen drinks: margarita, pina colada, daiquiri. Whatever.
They have a place like that here in Fort Lauderdale Beach. Big.
Well, I hope
Where?
so.
Tuesdays, Big Tuesday.
Yeah, they
Fat
do.
Tuesdays.
Did you call me a
Fat
spick?
Tuesdays. Yeah.
Fat Tuesdays.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you can get like a jug like that, and they have all the machines.
But can you get refills? Because this was $16 with
Yeah.
an $8 refills, and I've refilled it like 3 times. This was
It's
my
not as big as
personal,
that, though.
my personal margarita supply. Nice insulated cup. Look at that. No moisture on the outside. It'll keep things cold. I put this thing in the fridge at night, like when it was like half empty or 2/3 or whatever. I put it in the fridge. It was right there, still frozen, waiting for me in the morning.
And it was full. It's a mystery.
You would have been proud of me, Suds. I ate in like 4-hour cycles. I would drink constantly. This was my just glued to my hand and face. Cigars and of course lots and lots of weed. So we would. I would wake up, bake up,
Shake and bake.
while drinking. We would go somewhere, eat. I would pig out until I could barely stumble my ass back to one of the available beds that were there for me. Thank you to the wonderful people that were hosting for me there. Take a nap.
Yeah, of course.
Wake up, go back and get more food. Just eat, sleep.
You're right.
Yeah.
The food is important. Also, because I'm a big martini drinker, and so I always have a big glass of ice water going too.
That's great.
Hydrate.
Speaking of
yeah,
of course.
Speaking of martinis, see these martinis.
Wait a minute.
See those martinis?
Aren't those the one that killed you?
Girls' hands. That's the one that did me in. One of after three
Were they holding martinis?
after three tall gin and tonics. My friend gives me one of those famous martinis.
Yeah.
And then that happened.
Oh yeah, that'll happen.
Put me right out, sleeping like a baby.
You know what it does for me? I'll be bopping around the house. I'll get home because I'll get onto the King's Head, and
where is that? Give them a plug.
I'll have 3 nice Guinness, and then rush home because
I like angry
I don't
Guinness.
like to drive and and then start knocking back martinis, and it's 11 o'clock. Next thing I know, 3:45. Huh?
What?
They're time machines.
Martinis?
Yeah.
They are. That's funny because it was like 12:30, 1 o'clock. I drank that martini. I thought, whoa, a little dizzy right now. I'm going to sit down on the couch.
Yeah.
Next thing I know, it's 3:30.
You're
Almost
waking
everybody's
up.
gone.
Yeah.
The hostess is cleaning up.
Yeah.
It was one of the things she was going to
One
clean
of the
up.
beauties
Yes, she did.
right
Thank
there.
you. Thank you, Maggot. Maggot offered me the birthday boy. That's Vinny the Pimp right there. The birthday boy was already asleep wearing his oxygen mask. And see the size of that glass? I had 3 of those. All right. Three gin and tonics that size. Yeah. See it, and then whoa, getting ahead of myself.
There you go.
Oh wait, sorry, these are irrelevant. And there I am holding the empty martini glass.
She is always bent in this
with a joint
direction like that. Every picture there.
Well, it's just there's a gravity situation with
I
see,
yeah.
my pelvis over here. And these are the people that, of course, when I did that whole thank you thing at the beginning of the show, I was talking about these people. Look at us. We're just
that's a good-looking crew.
Partying up. It is a good-looking crew, man. We're crazy. We do crazy things.
That's why all of his guy friends want to hang out with him, and he doesn't
I
like
know.
it.
I've had this conversation with Vinny the Pimp. He also, by the way, here's the picture. I gotta show this to Suds. This is the picture when we were ready for it.
I saw that.
All right, this is the picture when we weren't ready for it.
Isn't this like when Felix Unger would show pictures of his wife and the dog? Yeah,
that's right.
Not the wallet again.
Vinny the Pimp, I've discussed that with him, and he also, because he's also blessed by a variety of female friends.
Yeah.
Same kind of thing. Guys, glom on. Hey,
Vinny.
I'm gonna start charging a cover charge, and I say that jokingly because no.
You should.
Because no amount of money would I alienate my female friends. For no amount of money would I make them uncomfortable around me by allowing my lecherous masher male acquaintances around them. Like bunch of dogs, man. You got your strip clubs and you got your sports.
Have fun.
Go have fun.
It makes you uneasy. Yeah.
Well, again, it's it'd be like if I had a friend that was always pitching Amway to everybody. It's like, hey, when are you going to introduce me to your friends
That
so I
is
can
frightening.
pitch Amway or something? Some other pyramid scheme.
He's full of
Mary
brush.
Kay.
So it would be like that. It's like if you had a friend that was always pitching Amway, you'd be like, yo.
Oh look, Christian Mingle.
Christian Mingle.
Ding, 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 ding. I'm on there.
You only want to bang who God wants you to bang. Are you really?
Oh yeah, I was the hot of hot or not of the month.
Have you heard? Have you heard this ad?
Oh yes.
Yeah, it brings you closer to God.
You don't want to bang anybody unless God wants you to. Cold snap. Yeah. Did I already mention that I don't care about the Benghazi thing and people overseas? They get assassinated, they die. It's part of the risk. This stupid Senate.
No one
hearing
brought
back
up
and
there
forth.
was 11 embassy raids when Bush was in office. That was sweep that under the carpet.
Shut up, commie.
Yeah.
Why do you hate America and keep your hands off my gun? So speaking of the dog and pony show that's going on, this gun thing, and I know because we talked about it a little bit before, I've got it a little bit more figured out than the last time we talked.
Mm-hmm.
It's a dog and pony show designed to continue to take Americans' rights away, continue to push through right-wing agenda. And the Democrats and the people on the left are willing participants in this dog and pony charade. And the NRA is the recipient of this is the both the tool and the recipient of all this conflict that's going on. People have been posting a lot of things on Facebook, including one of the memes, and it's in there somewhere. I don't know if I shared it or not. Has a quote from the founder of the NRA. Because for those of you who don't know, the NRA, the National Rifle Association, was founded as a gun enthusiast and gun safety and education organization. Then over time, like the conservative party was the party of Lincoln and Teddy Roosevelt, was all about conserving things. Teddy Roosevelt created the national parks, and slowly over time they got taken over by the rich people, the right-wing lunatics, the religious people, and they made these organizations serve their interests. But here's an analogy, because I love these analogies, and you can weigh in on this. Let us pretend, I'm going to get the magic wand sound effect out here, because it's magic genie time.
While you're doing that, because you brought up millionaires.
Yes.
Let's see if this comes up. We have a new drop for millionaires who go to jail and get raped by a plunger.
Yes.
There you go.
All right, I like that. Can I test my magic wand? Okay, here we go. Beautiful. That's a lovely sound.
Wow. It's a little rusty, isn't it?
And I've been doing a lot of research and looking up statistics and things like that. Mm-hmm. Let's say that you're a billionaire and you know that the things that you want to do to America are going to really dick the majority, especially the working class.
I must be a Koch brother.
And you want to promote an agenda that's going to really screw the working class of America, make you richer at the expense of the working class of America. The working class of America represents 80%. So if you step out onto a podium or start and endorsing politicians that are obviously going to screw the majority of the population, you're not going to win. You got to get the support of 80% of America some other way than by getting out there and saying, hey, I believe in policies that are going to cost you more money but make me richer than I already am. I'm going to take away all of the rights that you have as an employee. I'm going to erode your labor rights. I'm going to erode your civil rights, freedom of speech, right to privacy, and forget the whole abortion thing and right to choose and gay marriage. I'm going to get rid of all of that stuff, and I'm only going to promote policies that are bad for you and good for me. Nobody would vote for them. But so what they do is they go, hey, here's an organization that I would like you to support. It's called the Liberals Want to Unleash Tigers All Over America Defense Fund. Because the liberals want to unleash tigers all over America, specifically trained to eat your children. And we, the Stop the Liberals from Letting Tigers Loose in America organization, need your money so that we can stop the liberals from unleashing tigers on everyone. Oh, wait, let me pop another bush. Did you hear that, honey? Did you hear that, honey? The liberals are going to unleash tigers on us. We need to scrape together. Let's take 25% of our beer budget and give it to the anti-liberal tiger agenda fund so that we can protect our children from the tigers. The liberals, them commie liberals, they want to give my money to black folks, and now they want to unleash tigers all over us. We need to give our money to the organization that's going to protect us from liberal tigers. Now, the liberal tiger organization is obviously a ruse, because the liberals don't really want to unleash tigers on anyone. It's just a lie. What they really are is a political action committee that's going to take that money that they collect. They're not going to allocate any of the money towards getting rid of tigers. What they are going to do is they're going to use that money to fund those right-wing politicians that are going to dick the working class. See? It's a scam. They're going to, because we can't get money to support politicians who are going to dick the working class by saying, hey, would you support me? I'm going to totally screw you. Hey, support me. I'm going to stop the liberals from unleashing tigers on your children. That's why you need to support me. Oh, also, thank you. Also, by the way, there's a reason I chose tigers, and that's why. Also, by the way, I'm going to erode your civil rights, and we're going to support policies that make rich people richer at your expense. But we're going to protect you from tigers. That's important. You see the analogy here? The NRA used to not be a political organization. They were taken over and made into a political organization because it is true that there are some people that do want to disarm Americans. That's true. But how are you going to accomplish that? Because think of all of the laws that we ignore, like speeding laws, and we cheat on our taxes. Some people, not me, because you've got to make money to cheat on your taxes, smoking dope. And none of these things can be rationalized with the Constitution. Whether you agree with how that amendment is written or not, like driving a car, everybody tells you driving is a privilege, right? Mm-hmm. But if they try to take your car away, there would be a hue and cry from the public. But driving a car is not even mentioned in the Constitution, not even mentioned at all. So there's not even a rationale for saying it's my right to own a car. There's not even a rationale for that in the Constitution. But there is that line that whether or not you agree with how it's written, and whether or not you agree with how it's interpreted, and whether or not you agree with it meaning the same thing now as it did then, it is there, and it is something that the people can grab onto and wave in your face and say, looky here, the Constitution says I've got this right, as opposed to dope and cars. But if you try to pass a law against dope and cars, people would ignore it. If they passed a law against smoking cigarettes, Boca Brian, you would not stop smoking cigarettes. You would just say, fuck you, I'm going to smoke cigarettes anyway. It's my right. But it's not. But
go to Canada.
But cigarette smoking is not guaranteed.
Let's go.
Oh, go to Canada.
Lots of Tiger stuff on there. That's from Tiger
let's
Radio.
Do it. So this is my point.
Here's another one.
Let's do it. I want to have a Tiger thing.
WQAM. It's a tiger.
Yeah. So I submit that the Democrats are playing along with the right wing. They're all a party to it. They're a part of the charade.
They have all turned us into this guy, Monty Teo.
Who is that?
You know?
The fake girlfriend guy.
Yeah.
The what?
They have turned us all into him. We all think we have a fake girlfriend in Congress.
Oh, that story. Yeah, stupid.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and Suds comes along.
Well, you know, I have those Twitter enhancing drugs, so I can understand that.
That's funny. So anyway, I suggest that the more rhetoric there is, because I believe in the same thing that everybody that is sensible ought to, that it would be a much safer country if people weren't running around with guns. It would be a much safer country if we eliminated guns from our society the way that other civilized nations have. It would be much safer, and it would be a better place to live. But how do we accomplish that? I'm going to tell you how we're not going to. I'm going to tell you how not only do we not have a chance of accomplishing it, but you're making things worse by what you're doing, people on the left. By what you're doing, you're not going to achieve your goal, but you are empowering the opposition, because every time that somebody posts a meme that's all reactionary, every time somebody posts something that's an insult, because Dale Carnegie, the book's right there in the bookcase, Dale Carnegie taught us, no one believes they're wrong. No one believes they're wrong, or they wouldn't be that way. Everyone believes they're right, or you would be, no one walks around going, I'm wrong. This is what I believe, and I'm wrong, and I know I'm wrong. People believe that everything they believe is right. And if they didn't believe that, they would believe something else. So by default, everything that everyone believes is right. When you tell someone you're wrong, their reaction, and this is every human being on the planet, the initial reaction of that person isn't to say, oh, you know what? I might be wrong. Let me think long and hard about your point that you just made there. Let me think about how I might be wrong since you just told me that I was wrong. They don't react that way. They go,
say, no,
fuck you! I'm right, you're wrong!
You're wrong.
So you're not going to win anybody. You're not going to change anybody's mind by saying you're wrong or calling them a name or saying anything that is going to cause a reaction like that. I used to have guns and now I don't. Suds used to smoke cigarettes and now he don't. No. I didn't give up my guns because the law told me to. Suds didn't give up cigarettes because the law told him to.
Oh, yeah, the law told me to. Okay, honey.
Right. Right. You're not going to change people's minds by passing a law. You're not going to
No, you're not going to change their minds, and it's not going to be one of these deals. If they sign it into law, no more guns.
No one's
people just are under the impression that guns are just going to magically disappear.
No.
It'll be 50 years before there's any real
improvement.
There won't. But see, here's the thing. There is a way.
But there's no start. Nobody is starting.
I have the right idea, but nobody listens to me because I'm not part of this political song and dance that's going on. I'm not part of the scam. Nobody wants to listen to me. The way that you get people to stop smoking, education, and you take away the reason that they smoke in the first place. Most people smoke because it calms them, meaning they're stressed out.
I need a cigarette.
So stress management.
Lucky Strikes. Old
if you
commercials
are-
used to say,
if you are
"Be
less
all that you
stressed-
can be. Smoke
Yeah.
a Lucky."
Yeah,
That's right.
If you
Live
reduce
modern.
stress,
Yeah.
if you reduce stress, you'll reduce cigarette consumption. Okay, if you reduce fear, you'll reduce gun ownership. Most of the people that own guns, who feel it is their right to own a gun, they're afraid of two things: criminals
And
the
sex.
and the government.
Yeah.
See, and that's funny. I think that's funny, but you're not going to change anyone's mind by insulting them. You're not going to change anyone's mind.
I'm not insulting. That's a fact. They got hang-ups.
But that you're making a generalization. This and
No,
this
I'm
goes
not.
way back.
I'm making a genitalization.
You're not going to change anyone's mind by insulting them. Listen, when I owned guns, I was having lots of sex. I didn't have a penis problem. I didn't have penis envy.
Yeah,
I didn't
but
have
you had a
penis
gun
anymore.
on 'em.
I had plural guns, and my friends and I would go out shooting all the time. And by friends, I mean my female friends. My
Yeah, but
male
you can
friends,
go
my
out
female
shooting
friends.
children.
We go out shooting.
Those are the
We go
ones
out
I'm
shooting.
talking about.
Shooting
The
guns
ones who
is-
defend that
Shooting
act.
guns is fun, and if somebody gave me a gun right now, I'd have to see how much.
And
I
all
could get
those
for
guys,
it.
all those guys on the punditry shows that are fighting these changes in the law, they're for killing kids. As far as I'm concerned,
As far
they,
as no, look,
they'd
we
like to
got-
see nothing better than a dead
Senate
child,
pushes and
long as
pushes
they
them
have
down.
their hobby.
Yeah.
But you're not going to change their mind with an
I know
adversarial
that.
position, and you're not going to change their mind
No
by
one's
insulting
going
them.
to. Why
And
not?
as a gun owner, I sold my guns because I needed the money. It was as simple as that. I see guns the same way that I see knives and fires and cars. It's a thing that man makes that's dangerous. And men, first of all, there are lots of dangerous things in the world that were here long before mankind came along. And then mankind invented lots of dangerous things like guns and swords and crossbows and things like that. They're all dangerous. I'm not afraid of tools or objects. I'm afraid of crazy people. And a crazy person will kill you one way or another. They'll poison you. And I pulled up all the stats over here and the things that people use to kill each other. Guns is just one of the things on the list that people use to hurt each other. If you got rid of all the guns in the world, there would still be murder. There would still be all these other problems. And speaking of problems, since I got the magic genie over here, think of all the things that are important to those of us on the left.
I got my magic genie too.
Think of all of the things that
I
are
feel
important to
so
you on the
left.
as a person on the left of center, Boca Brian. Make a list of the things that are important in America that you would like our government to accomplish, and the right wing is resisting it. Make a list of the things in order of importance, because I have my list that I would like to see accomplished in order of importance. Healthcare is number one.
It's not going to happen.
But I'm not answering my question. Healthcare is number one, right? That's
pretty
right.
close to the top.
Right.
Yeah.
Life is
Yeah.
made out of time. Your
They don't
government-
care about that either.
I know they don't care about that. I'm on my way to a point here.
Okay.
Healthcare, let's say, is the number one issue in our lives. Those of us who are left of center would like to see universal healthcare the way that all civilized countries have it. Yes? Life is made out of time. Everyone that works in government, supposedly for you, they have so many hours in the day to work on a project. I would like to see them work on a project in order of importance from top to bottom. I would like when they show up in the office in the morning and they sit down to their computer and they take pen to paper and they start working on things supposedly that they're supposed to be working on for us. I would like to see them work on something in order of importance. Healthcare. It is the fireman analogy that I use. You're on a street and the fire engine is coming down the street towards you because on one side of the street a building is on fire. On the other side of the street there's a cat up in a tree. Firemen deal with both of those situations. The fire engine stops in front of you. The firemen start pouring out, "Hey, guy on the street, we see that there's two problems over here. Which one should we tackle first?" Me, as a pragmatist, I would say, put that fire out first because there's people up in the upper stories of the building going, help us, we're going to die. There's people up there in the upper stories. Deal with that, and then when you're done, there's this cat. Priorities in order of importance. I was looking up statistics all day long. It's down there like on homicide in America as a cause of death amongst everybody, adults and children, is down there like number 10 or something, 11 or something. After cars, obesity, heart disease, all these health-related issues, and the lack of health care is the people who die from a lack of health care is so many times more than the people that die from handgun violence, which is a problem. It's just not as big a problem as people dying from lack of health care. The people that we pay our taxes to, who are employed in government, should be addressing problems from top to bottom, most important to least importance. And with regards to the gun problem, everyone, you have to understand, everyone who's a pragmatist, everyone who is a sentient person with their eyes open, has to understand that every time that a politician opens up a mouth about gun control, they lose votes. They lose votes because the majority of Americans believe in a lot of things that the left agrees on. A lot of things like healthcare, women's rights, the right to choose whether or not you get an abortion, gay people getting married. The majority of Americans agree with almost all of the left-wing points, but they don't agree with that one. They don't agree with the gun control one. This is a statistic. This is a statistic that we have to wrap ourselves around and deal with.
Responsible gun owners with a lot of guns
believe in gun control. Yes, but
yes,
but the people,
you're leaving that part
the people
out.
The people who vote for the right, who you want to vote for the left, vote for the right because of that issue, because of the gun issue. There are people that vote right for no other reason than that. And I submit to you that if you get these people voting left, little by little, you'll make some progress as progressives. Little by little, you'll make some progress even with regards to the gun issue.
Yes,
little by
I
little,
agree
if
with
you
that.
demonstrate to them that the party that you support has their best interests in mind, you got them more rights, you got them more money. You see how we're on your side? Got you some more paycheck, got you some lower taxes, got you some better roads, got you some healthcare, got you some employee rights. You see how we're on your side? Now when you bring up the subject of safety in our schools in a pragmatic way, they're not going to see you as a threat. They're going to see you as an ally because you have demonstrated to them that you have solved these other issues that they consider to be more important, like healthcare. This is my suggestion. I have the same goal in mind as you do, as everybody else who's a logical person. Fewer guns is a better thing. Fewer guns and gun safety is a better thing. But when you use, and they hear these as buzzwords, when they hear the word gun control or gun regulation,
No, not all of them.
Not all of them.
No.
But enough of them. The NRA people that you're talking about, these are the people they are a force. They get money from these people because the NRA is empowered by the left, not the right. The NRA is empowered because they have the ability to point to people and say, you see how those people want to take your gun away? It's a boogeyman. It's a boogeyman principle. But as long as there are people running around acting like the boogeyman, the NRA will always have a boogeyman to point to. Kill the boogeyman. Stop acting like the boogeyman. Worry about cars and bridges and boats and healthcare and women's rights and gay rights and LBTG, LMNOP rights. Worry about these things and everything else will follow. If you open up a mouth and say the word gun and accept in a positive way, if you're left of center and you say the word gun, if you're left of center and you say the word gun, you should reach into your holster and pull it out and say, I got mine, I like it, and put it back in there. And then you'll get those people voting for you instead of against you. And then you'll be able to accomplish all these other things, including gun control.
And there's always going to be anarchists, no matter how many laws.
There's always going to be anarchists, no matter what.
That's who you see on the news talk shows.
Anarchists and opportunists, because the policies of prohibition do not eliminate the thing that you're trying to prohibit. Rather, it enriches the person willing to provide the thing that is being prohibited. Al Capone and all these other gangsters. Prohibiting something through law doesn't eliminate it. It makes it more popular, and it makes it more profitable to deal in that commodity. And that's my big gun spiel. I want the same thing. You're going about it the wrong way, and I think they know it. I think the Democrats know that they're going about it the wrong way. I think that this is how they throw elections while looking like they're trying. Oh, see? Nope, we tried really hard. We spent a lot of money, but somehow they voted for the other people instead. You opened up a mouth about their guns, didn't you? Didn't you? And you knew that was going to happen. You knew that was going to happen. A politician, yes or no? Because there are a lot of people that are in favor of gun control and a lot of people that are opposed to gun control. On average, when a politician opens up their mouth in favor of gun control, will they gain votes or lose votes? On average. On average. Say?
I'm not paying attention right now.
All right.
We're late for the break.
I know we're late for the break. Well, let's take it then. While I go get my gun.
I want to know when One Direction's coming here for a concert. That's my concern.
Join the radio revolution. SoFloRadio.com.
The vocabulary of the average American stops growing by age 18, and a lot sooner if you live in the Ozarks. To make a positive impression and to get ahead, you need an advantage. You need Hillbilly Verbal Advantage. With Hillbilly Verbal Advantage, you'll learn key power words that will make you seem smarter than you really are. Words like gruesome.
Woo-wee, have you seen Billy Bob's boy, young Billy Bob? I hardly recognized him. He sure has gruesome.
Raffle.
You best get out of here or I'll let this raffle do the talking for me.
Spearmint.
I heard that old Doc Frankenstein was doing all sorts of weird experiments in his basement.
Give your vocabulary the boost it needs with Hillbilly Verbal Advantage.
Call today.
Yeah, man, I'll tell you what, that dang old internet, man, you just go on there and point and click, get in there and talk about www.com. You got them naked chicks on there, man. You go click, 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 click. It's real easy, man.
Let's go with the swinging tiger.
I'm a hillbilly Republican butt fucker. Inbred, retarded, and comfortably dumb. I'm a big dick and Bush supporter. In Saudi America, the country I love. God bless America, it says on my truck. Swastikas are tattooed on my nuts. Rummy bush and shiny, all care about me. I wear it on my sleeve.
Squat down on my pulsating staff and let me watch your balls slapping on my lap. Come on, good Christian brother, help me get off as I gaze upon my naked dicks of John Ashcroft.
Younger than dog do, just like George's brain. That's why I'm devoted to the hill. Democrats or commies, dissenters and gays, rice-stealing Jews living in sin. Republican butt inbred, retarded, comfortably dumb, and I believe any goddamn thing they say.
560 WQAM. It's a tiger.
Well, wouldn't you like to blow away your dog friend's kids or maybe your wife? Well, go to the convention hall where a license and a gun is easy to buy. That's right. NRA says everything's fine. Get yourself a gun and have a good time. Well, go buy a gun, throw it in the trunk, pop a couple suds, get good and drunk, alright. In a mall or a town where there's people all around, you just open up and mow them down, that's right. Know why? NRA says everything's fine, get yourself a gun and have a good time. Come on everybody, exercise your right. Then you can be playing God, playing God, playing God, playing God, playing God, take the human life. Well, go teach your son how to use a gun. Show him some down-home Christian fun. That's right. Praise the Lord. Then you pack it in his lunch so if things get rough, you can leave everybody in a pool of blood. All right. Now your son can shoot like a man because NRA says everything's fine. Get yourself a gun and have a good time. NRA says everything's fine. Get yourself a gun and have a good time.
It's WQAM, the happy sound.
I can't wait to get rid of this whole Attorney General gig. To go driving cross country in a brand new 18-wheeler rig. I might haul around a heavy load or just disconnect the trailer and go. 'Cause I'm Janet Reno and I'll be trucking on down the road. I'll have a chicken fried steak at every choking puke I can find. And if I meet a little filly, then I'll ask her if she needs a ride. When I pull over at a resting place, I'm gonna wrap her legs around my face. 'Cause I'm Janet Reno and I'll be trucking on down the road. The fellas at the way station ought to know the girls who work at night. And by the next mile marker, I'll have a filly by my side. And with the steering wheel between my legs and the filly sitting on my brakes, 'cause I'll be Janet Reno and I'll be trucking on down the road. Yes, I'll be Janet Reno and I'll be trucking on down the road.
210, SoFloRadio.com. I miss Janet Reno. She's still around, like kicking, sort of, in her sleep, restless leg syndrome, sort of. She's, we make fun of the Parkinson's and everything. That's because she's a good sport. She's a good egg. We like Janet Reno. It's fine. Looking at the causes of death by age. This is a great site for those of you out there, worldlifeexpectancy.com, and then you can choose. It's one of those interactive sites where you can click on male, female, both, average out, click on what's killing who by age, and sort things and rank things. And I was surprised, as was Suds, that poisoning is the main cause of death in America every year. By a margin of 1,000. Suicide is number 2. Coronary heart disease is number 3. Road traffic accidents, number 4, and then other neoplasms, and nobody in the studio knew what neoplasm is. It's a tumor or a growth. In other words, a cancer type thing. Homicide is number 6 when we average it all up, but then everything else, liver disease, breast cancer, stroke, HIV, AIDS, hypertension, diabetes, other injuries, endocrine disorders, lung cancers, colon, rectum cancer, everything else is an illness. So all of these other things. Oh, fires is number 37. Drownings is number 30. But most of the other things on here have to do with the people wouldn't have died if we had good health care. And even then, I can even apply that to gun injury.
Even then.
All of it. If we had good health care, poisonings.
The poisoning points out why it's so difficult to get fizzies anymore.
Oh, yeah? I got fizzies.
You have fizzies?
I have bacon fizzies.
Bacon Yeah, now we're talking.
It's funny because it's true. Right there behind the green Buckyball box. Have you seen my Buckyballs?
I see the bacon beans and the...
Yeah, right there, that round thing. Yeah, bacon fizzies.
Wow.
Would you want me to make you a bacon fizzy? Want your bacon fizzy?
Not unless you got a cheese fizzy to go with it.
God. So that's my big agenda as a person who lives in America with children. The healthcare thing, I don't freak out about guns, probably because I was raised around them and just see them all the time. You just become amused and immune to having them around. But I'm a little bit freaked out by our lack of health care here in America, which is way more. I mean, our thing with guns is unique to our history. So at least there's not a rationale, but at least there's you can point to an explanation. It's like why what's with the U.S. and their guns? It's like, well, the Wild West and the cowboys and the Indians and this and that. And it's just like it just became part of the culture from the early history. But the lack of healthcare has no basis or logic in anything other than just assholiness and cruelty. Yes. Because and speaking of the Constitution, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. The first one of those things is life. Life.
And Liberty Mutual.
Yeah.
And the pursuit of
But
course,
before we go, it's like life is a luxury. Staying alive is a luxury in America. And I know that the people on the left of the aisle make that an issue and are trying hard to get that pushed through. But I submit, and if I made a wish with a magic genie, is the Democratic Party stopped all activity until it got that done and done right. I'm not talking about Obamacare, glorified insurance company, the insurance thing really makes me kind of crazy when you think about it. The insurance industry. Because think about that. Let me lay some.
The whole time I lived in Hartford, I just felt creepy.
Think of what insurance is. It's a pool of money that we pay into. That if we have a problem, then we get we get paid from the pool of money, right?
It's an ecumenical pool.
Sure. Now. Why does that require an
deductible.
industry? Don't we already have that system? Don't we already pay taxes and have a treasury? Don't we, as American citizens and American taxpayers, already pay money into a pool that then, in the case of like disasters, like FEMA or something out, then the pool pays in case of emergency. The pool pays to deal with the problem. Why cannot we, and we do, we have Medicare, works with that pool. Why do we need an entire industry? In other words, there is an industry, a multi-billion-dollar-a-year industry, and all they are is a reservoir for our money. Well, we already have reservoirs for our money. We have the treasuries. We have banks. Already we have a reservoir industry. Why do we need what amounts to extortion? This extortion, like, you remember the old movies? It's like, hey, we see you got a nice restaurant here.
Yeah.
We're the fire prevention crew.
Yeah.
We're here to make sure you don't get you don't have any pesky fires. Then we'll put you out of business. See, what you do is every month we'll come over here and you give us a brown paper bag full of money, and we'll make sure that your place doesn't catch fire. So that's what the insurance industry is, and not just medical insurance. But why should I pay an industry? Get a real job, you assholes. Why should I pay an industry to hold on to my money for me in case of emergency? Why can't I give that to the government to hold on to my money for me in case of emergency? They've already got a bank account. The government already has a bank account, and I'm already paying money to them every year anyway. So why do we need this? Is the most unnecessary industry that ever existed. Second only to broadcasting, of course.
In banking, it's like, give a man a gun, he'll rob a bank. Give a man a bank, he'll rob the world.
He'll rob the world, right.
Geez.
Legal robbery. Why are we not in the banking industry?
Yeah.
Because we're stupid?
Because we're really nice.
Yeah. There you go.
Good peoples.
We are. That thought never would have occurred to us. That's why. Friend approaches me, wants to borrow money. I say, here you go.
Yeah.
I don't think to charge them interest. And then, of course, the Christians really dick themselves. You might not know this because you're a youngster, not the least. But in the olden days, we're all old enough to remember thousands of years ago.
You remember the olden days, yes.
Thousands of years ago, yes.
Okay.
The Christians decided that it was going to be a sin to charge interest for lending money.
Okay.
And so they couldn't. Now, the Jews didn't have such a stupid law. So, all right, well, we're going to charge interest.
We're going to
charge. and then everybody has the nerve to get all resentful and bitter about the Jews and the fact that they are bankers and have money. Like, y'all did it to yourselves. Y'all dicked yourself. You didn't have to. I mean, it was all arbitrary. All that sin stuff is arbitrary anyway. You didn't have to come up with that. Why the hell would you come up with that? It's a horrible concept. You stupid. That brings me to breakfast. That was not a good segue. Reading something the other day, top 10 things that you can do to prevent your brain from deteriorating as you get older.
Oh.
Too late.
Item number one. Item number one, breakfast.
Have breakfast.
Have breakfast.
Any breakfast.
Well,
really?
Hopefully a nutritious
I'm in better
breakfast.
shape than I
That's right. Better and nutritious, and then there's other things like get good sleep and all these common sense things in nutrition and stress management and everything. But the one that surprised me was breakfast, more important than I thought it was, and that's a big deal to me because I have a problem with breakfast. Breakfast and I don't.
You don't like breakfast?
It's not that I like breakfast
my
food,
favorite.
but my stomach isn't really ready to eat until it's lunchtime already. Like coffee,
yeah.
I like coffee. I have to have my coffee. I'll have my coffee in the morning, a cup or three, and that's fine. That. I don't know what cramps me up.
On an empty stomach?
On an empty stomach.
I know, my friend. It's very acid.
I know,
Yeah.
and I have a problem as a result of that.
Oh, acid.
But for
acid.
I put acid in my
morning,
coffee,
take
and
acid.
it's great.
It's great.
I wonder if I could.
Wow. Oh, excuse me, Mr. Unicorn.
What a
Would
good
you
idea.
bring me
I'm
some
gonna
Rice
put-
Krispies?
Since I have a coffee filter, I'm going to put ground up mushrooms, mix it in with the coffee.
You should try. See what happens.
and have mushroom coffee.
We're going to take a break and be right back.
Yeah, we'll do that right now.
Oh, man. I had never thought of that.
So, because Suds is Mr.
creative.
Breakfast. Suds is the breakfast
Yeah.
man. Have you ever gone to Waffle Works over here with the cars?
No.
And I have a Groupon. I love Groupon, by the way. Waffle Works. They have every car that ever existed, every model car.
Yeah.
Model and the glass cases on every wall, dividing the booths everywhere. It's a model car collection without exception.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
And I think the owner even owns one of the replicas of the Batmobile,
So
the
a
original
Miata?
Batmobile. What's that?
Miata? They have that?
No, he doesn't.
Oh.
Well, I mean,
One
he
of those
does. He has all of them.
Just auctioned off for over $1 million.
The
original one.
most recent one.
Is
Yeah,
that right?
the real one. The
The
original
real one,
Yeah. We talked about it on John Etch and the Sports
The
Heads
Batmobile?
with Natalice. With
Yeah.
Natalice Jimenez here Sundays 8
We
to 10.
We did.
Also listen Tuesdays 7 to 9. John Etch and the Sports Heads. He's a good guy. He's the candy man. He leaves candy for my daughter.
He is a candy man.
My daughter calls him the candy man because of that.
Cute.
And she can't wait to visit. She
Can you eat the dishes?
Now she's used to, you can eat the dishes. And the fishes. Boy, you should go to a restaurant with Boca.
Yeah.
These days, not the least.
Oh,
although
yeah, it's
although
It's an experience.
bring your own food. You do. Because they're
Are
going
you
to be
mean to
they're
the
going to be
waiters and the
spitting.
waitresses?
they're mean
No,
to
he
them,
cracks
no.
jokes that nobody gets, except him, her.
Of course.
It's a personal thing. There are people there. Well, by the way, and there I don't know if there is there a name for that kind of joke. A joke where it's a joke on the recipient,
Eclectic.
but funny to the teller. That's not the name.
You should make
It's
up
like,
a
there are
name.
jokes. There are like I'm not going to tell them because they're specifically designed to piss off the person that
Oh,
you're
okay.
telling. And like one of them, it goes on for 5 minutes, and the punchline is stupid. And so you deliver the punchline, and then you run. You have to do that. It's like
Oh,
that.
I'm used to that. Yeah.
Here's
Done
a
that
short
one
one.
before.
Here's a short one. Hey, not the least. I have a knock knock joke, but you have to start it.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Ah.
See, like that. It's a joke on you. Like the Blair Witch Project was a
So
joke on
funny.
the audience, and Boca's a big fan of jokes that are funny to the teller and not to the hearer. And so,
The audience.
I think the payoff is watching the waitress's eyes roll around, or waiter's eyes. They're like, oh my god, I can't believe this.
School is out. I don't know, one day this week. But anyway.
Really? Today?
Well,
Friday.
maybe
It's
today.
Friday. It is today. I know that. That's
Is
how.
it?
That's how I wound up at Orchid last night.
Anyway,
Because there's no school today.
there was no school.
why isn't
and I'm
there
having
school?
breakfast.
I'm not sure.
And so
Tell us
there's
about your
There's
breakfast.
a bunch of kids there.
What do you eat for
know,
breakfast?
A lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
And this one booth, there was like 4 kids and the mom.
Mm.
And these kids were out of control.
Oh.
I mean, just
What a
pain in the
surprise.
ass kids. And she did nothing.
Yep.
Absolutely nothing. So I came up with a new word, MILP.
What?
Mothers I'd like to punch.
I'm using it. Writing it down. Oh, I just splattered water. Sorry about that.
Man.
Sorry, my
Milk.
flying monkey mug. Oh, and it says Fogarty's on the side. My
Does
flying
it?
monkey mug has a mind of its own. My buddy, my friend.
Your biffle.
They're very cool.
BFF.
And Key
Way to
West,
go,
about
Linus.
walking into a restaurant with a drink from another bar, it's like they
Don't they hate you when you do that?
in Key West they don't hate.
Oh, that's good.
They
just,
forgot.
Yeah,
They just go
in
with
Key
it.
West.
They flow.
It's party town. It's like
Yeah.
Key West, where it's always spring break.
Yeah, kind of.
It's pretty much that's the mentality there. You can walk around, open containers, and I was talking to one of the locals. As a matter of fact, there were several locals there. Went there for a wedding. A bunch of people went down there, but we had a lot of connections, a lot of contacts there. And one of the locals was telling me, yeah, I mean, you can walk around with your drinks out in the open, but there's some controversy going on because the police, they don't let the homeless people have open containers, but the tourists do. And I said, I really like this place. I really like this town.
This works out.
Yeah.
No.
I love it there.
Yeah, just like drive them bums out of here. When I'm stumbling down the sidewalk drunk as a skunk tripping over things, I don't want to trip over another drunk. I don't want to trip over a bum. Hey, you.
Wow, rolling my broadcasting.
The difference between me and a homeless person stumbling down the sidewalk of Duval Street at 3 a.m, the smell of urine. They smell like it and I don't. And that's why they should be rounded up and shipped off to Stock Island, and I should be left the fuck alone.
Hey, one of the funniest things I've seen on Duval Street was at Fantasy Fest a few years back. And there was a couple of guys, I saw them earlier, a couple of guys in a giraffe suit. You know, one guy in the back, one guy in the front.
A draft suit?
A giraffe.
Oh, giraffe suit.
Yeah.
Giraffe, okay.
About maybe 2 or 3 hours later, I'm going down the street again. Here's the back half of the giraffe passed out in the bushes.
Oh, God.
Still in the costume.
That's awesome.
Oh.
That gives me an idea, Suds. You go to Key West every once in a while, don't you?
Yeah.
Let's get a donkey suit because I've always wanted to be the ass's ass.
That's your dream.
It's
One
one of them. Free healthcare is another one.
Free healthcare.
And
and love.
free weed.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be great.
Free Grey Goose.
Oh, actually, thanks to Buy the Glass, Thursday 6 to 7 here on SoFloRadio.com.
That's
free
one of
alcohol.
the few boozes that doesn't get me sick. I can drink that.
What's that, Grey Goose?
Yeah,
Vodka?
continuously, and I'm fine. I don't get
Oh,
a
I know,
hangover or
I get
anything.
fine
nice drink.
myself.
I'm talking about the day after.
I'm like Robertson. tequila. That's which is a reason that I was drinking the margaritas. Tequila is a good. I don't get sick off of it. Drink. For me. And the thing about the margarita that's very important, vitamin C, so you don't get scurvy. You can.
There you are.
That's right. You can get drunk and vitamins at the same time.
It's important to keep your you got to when you're drinking, you got to stay hydrated and keep your vitamin level up. And so therefore, margarita, stick some protein powder in there, and it'll be the perfect drink.
Yeah, but rum.
Ew.
That does it. And I like the taste of it, but
and that's why gin and tonic with quinine water.
Yeah,
you don't have to worry about those tsetse flies.
What is quinine?
It's a
makes you burp.
Is it bile?
No, it's a.
I gotta look that up.
It's
since we found out what
in the old days it was Alka-Seltzer.
Yeah,
it's what you drank for
it tastes yummy.
upset stomach.
I have by
yellow
the way
fever and such. It was used to treat that, and here we go. Quinine,
tonic water. Really, because I have bottles of it. Tonic water with quinine. In the refrigerator. Because I have all this gin and vodka here that I need to get. It's a natural white crystalline alkaloid having a what? Fever reducing. Having an antipyretic, fever reducing, anti-malarial, analgesic,
I'll have a glass right now.
And anti-inflammatory properties.
Yeah.
That's what I was
and a bitter taste.
Yeah.
And there's the molecule for it.
So it's like medicine.
Well, I'm fine with quinine. And you know who else is?
See, that's what people drank before the Holocaust. Then we got Alka-Seltzer after that.
Alka-Seltzer, tested on Jews, so you know it's good. It's 225, sulfur radio.
We're doing a John Boner impression.
I'm trying to get a commercial break.
Right side tangerine.
Nobody likes me. Can we take the break? SoFloRadio.com.
SoFloRadio.com. Radio's dirty little secret. This man suffers from cock and mouth disease.
Are you online?
Well, I don't go in for that computer stuff.
Then we're not interested in you. SoFloRadio.com.
We're rewarding you for something you already do, listening to us. It's Radio Loyalty, and it's an easy way for you to get free stuff. All you do is sign up. Go ahead and click the banner now. You'll earn points as you listen. Points you can trade in for great products and services in the Radio Loyalty store. You can earn even more points when you share your favorite station with friends on Facebook and Twitter. Radio Loyalty. It's free to sign up, so click the banner to join now.
SoFloRadio.com. Give us a call at 954-99-00036. Mobile users call 95.
Hey, young man. Listen, I've seen you hanging around my house, and there's something I want to talk to you about.
What is it, Mr. Bates?
Listen here now. I'm going to put it this way.
This man suffers from cock and mouth disease, a spreading epidemic that comes from eating contaminated chicken without washing your shoes. The result of sinister chicken processors who slip some cock into the mix. Warning signs of cock and mouth disease include bucking with O-shaped lips, an uncontrollable urge of pecking for nourishment, a glazed face, and fluid dripping out of the mouth. We need your help to find a cure. Your generous contribution of $20 would...
Hey, what are you doing? You're on your mark. Get set for All American. 77 WABC.
In the year 2000, or should I say 2001?
Uh-oh. It's possessed by the devil.
Look what it does, though.
What did it do?
It just froze.
It just... See? It farted. All right.
Oh, is it still doing its stupid update thing? Because that's probably one of the reasons for it. I have a feeling that as soon as it's over all that. That's all right, because this phone, and I hope it's not Clem, this phone has been ringing nonstop during that last commercial break, and I'm afraid of who it might be. Hello, SoFlo Radio. Oh, jeez, boy, nailed
Well, good
it.
night, folks. It was been great being with you.
Show, son. Hey, they sold that
across the
Batmobile
room over
for
there. I want to smoke a pipe now too. Suds gets me. It's a horrible peer pressure. Come,
Hey, they
pony
sold
up to the
that
table,
Batmobile
Suds. This
for-
calls for you.
I didn't know we were
$4,200,000.
What was there? There's no verb in that sentence.
They sold that Batmobile for $4,200,000.
Is that right? That doesn't sound right, Natalis.
It was like 4 million, yeah.
Was it 4 million?
Yeah, it was
Was that on the?
I seen it. I seen it.
Was that on the Bartlett and James auction?
Let me look it up. Let me look it up.
Bartles and James.
While you're talking to Clem, I'm gonna go get my pipe. This one's for you, Suds.
Well, yeah, but the reason the
Bear
price was so
Jack
high, it had a full-size spare.
He didn't get
Oh,
that.
by the
but-
way, this here's Clem Tire Fucker. And there's people on Facebook, they don't know how to get y'all. I put up there twice how to get what station to get on.
He enrolled in the broadcasting school too.
Yes,
Yeah,
he did.
4.2 million.
I'm enrolled in it, yep.
The instructor
Connecticut
at mine.
School of Fuckcasting.
The show's dead now.
Great
That's it, yeah.
Bulldogs.
The only time I've ever had a worse experience was I was in an alley, and all of a sudden 2 dance gangs showed up, and there I was right in the middle of a beat-up flash mob. That was the only thing scarier than Clem. Thank you. Thank you very much, everybody. Hey, the show's got... Oh!
We're getting pruned.
I pinged.
We're getting pruned as we're on the air.
I forget, Clem. Where are you living now? Okay.
Thanks for calling.
I think he's out.
Well, welcome back to the Suds Coleman Show.
Westfield, Pennsylvania.
George stepped out for just a moment.
Yeah.
Because someone's pruning.
Well.
I'm not kidding.
Someone's pruning.
Oh, my God. Huh?
What?
Is there somebody in there?
I wasn't in there.
I'm confused.
I was busy
What, is
sticking
the
my
knob
ass
off
out the
again?
window.
It's bad feng shui. Did we hang up on Clem yet?
Oh.
Maybe.
Did we get rid of Clem yet?
Oh, no, that's you.
Oh, Clem's calling Suds on his cell phone now, ladies and gentlemen. Boy, you're right. So the knock on the door, the famous weed whacker guy that we like so much.
They're pruning.
But he's pruning, and he wanted me to move my vehicle, and I said no.
You said no way.
He's about to drop some palm fronds right on there.
I want to whack some weed. You know what I'm talking about?
Good Lord. We could always try to play all those bits that you didn't get a chance to play during the last break.
You mean the second half of them?
Yeah, the second half of the bits. What happened to Clem?
He disappeared.
I didn't hang up on him. I was
He fell
clear
right into the
across the
phone.
room.
I don't know.
Maybe his phone bill was due today.
Maybe.
So, hey, speaking of old news, because I have a sheet of notes here. Let me just hold it up for the camera. I have a sheet of notes that I've been working on for like a month. There's overflow on the back over here. Hey, the fiscal cliff thing. That was like on Y2K. See, the whole dog and pony show that they do. Hey, now we fell off the fiscal cliff. Don't you all feel better?
Yeah, I feel great.
Yeah.
Oh, I fell off that a long time ago. In
Nothing
fact, I'm
happened.
still falling.
There
Interesting.
goes, oh, man. Here it goes.
It's a long way.
It's a long way down.
He's going to drop a palm frond right through my windshield. I don't care. I don't care. 954-99-0036 if you're anybody but Clem.
So here's what I
Call
saw.
up. What did you see?
Did you see?
Tell
They
us.
have figured out a way to store data on DNA.
What?
Yeah. They downloaded all of William Shakespeare's sonnets, 154 of them, a video clip, an audio clip, some photographs, a 26-page technical paper, something else. But anyway, onto a strand of DNA, and the room that it took up was minuscule.
Okay.
Whose DNA?
Anybody's they want to make.
Really?
Yeah.
But how do you read it? Is that like a QR code?
Well,
Can I scan it with my phone?
Well, what they have to do, is change. First, you have to convert the ones and zeros. Hey, there's some now. Into 4 letters, the 4 letters of DNA. So that has to be done. And then the problem right now with it is the readback, which is perfect, but it takes a while. And that's going to be, one of those things that pretty soon it won't take long at all. Well, I thought that was pretty cool. I just walk around with...
Yeah, you could inject information to your fingers.
Yeah.
Hey, I already do. Here,
Sounds
read
dandy.
this one.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
I
let
got
me see.
I got a USB port in my nose. That's why.
Sorry. You weren't supposed to see that one. Here's the one.
Oh, thanks. Even better.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
My
And
face.
maybe you can explain
cool.
this to me. 3D printing.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
'Cause I read a guy wants
does
to
that
build a house using a 3D printer.
Yes.
It kind of works. They haven't
Yeah, well,
perfected it.
of course.
yet.
Well, it works for certain things. Just you
Yeah.
can't get everything out of it. All right.
But what is it? You print out like a printout and then you build a
You-
puzzle?
it generates objects, typically out of plastic.
Huh.
That's what. So you.
How does it do that?
You look online and there's a video of how it works, but it creates a mold.
Do you have to wear glasses?
Point by point, no.
Oh.
After the object is scanned, like the three sides of it,
Yeah.
top, bottom, and then the other side.
Yeah.
That information goes into a computer, obviously, that then creates a mold by generating. I forget exactly what they use to make the mold out of, but it's like I think I have one in the other room. One of those things, like little things with the pins in it that you stick your face in. You know?
Yeah.
The little. You haven't seen the things with the pins?
No, where you stick your face in? No, I have not seen that.
Play some incidental.
Oh, this is wonderful. You're going to like this.
Oh, God.
Oh.
What is this?
Jeez.
As if we could pull that up quickly on this thing.
Yeah, and,
it's gonna freeze again. I know it. I don't know how we're going to do the outro, but I'll do the best I can.
Maybe I'll. I don't know.
Some.
I threw it away for lack of use. You've seen them. They're little novelty items. You get them at Spencer's, the place where they have the black lights and the electric ball that you put your hand on.
Sure, okay.
Anyway, it's a little framework. Sometimes they're round, sometimes they're rectangular, and they have all these. They're not pins like owl needles.
Okay.
They're little pegs.
Like sensory
little
things?
pegs, just little pegs, and they slide back and forth.
Okay.
And so you slide them in one way, and then you can put your hand on it, and it creates a hand imprint.
Oh.
You can set that up on your shelf.
Whoa,
So anyway,
whoa,
the 3D printer is a thing like that. It uses that kind of thing to create different depths of object on the two sides of it,
Okay.
if you will. The pins create the surface on one side and the surface on the other side, and then those are frozen in place. That becomes the mold. You put it together. They inject plastic into that. So let's say you could scan something like a pipe or something, and then the mold will make it. But it's
So wait,
you
what-
can't get complex things out of it.
Why is this useful? What is this?
Because you can make an object, you can copy an object of any shape and get more of it. So
I got my request in for Catherine Hagel.
You want a 3D printout of
Yeah.
Catherine? Yes,
Well, they have
please.
those websites.
Oh, dude.
All you need are those glasses. Have you
And
seen
they're ready.
the 3D HD yet? Speaking of technology,
Yes.
Yeah,
It'll look
really
good.
It looked really good. I saw.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, it was.
However, 4K TV. You read it or heard about this?
No. Does
No.
it travel through time?
No, but apparently this is going to... It's already made HD obsolete.
Oh, wow.
So look to Sony.
They've got
4K
it.
is coming.
You know what? I'm really glad that I didn't update everything. I still, as everyone in the studio can plainly see, I'm still working on my good old cathode ray tube over there.
Yeah, sure.
Regular, I don't know. The pixels are about as big as your finger. Look,
You can see the scan lines from here.
Yeah.
yeah.
526 of them.
I love the VHS player.
We learned that at FGC
Thank
class.
you. It's a combination. It's a
Yeah.
VHS and DVD player, so that I could copy my VHSs.
Very modern
The
of you.
reason that TV is still there, flat on top.
The double duty.
It's not so much a TV as it is a shelf.
You know, and you can't build a decent Ford out of a flat screen TV box.
I
either.
look at the flat screen. I go to these people's houses with a flat screen. It's like, how the hell are you going to set something on top of that? Listen, I got my Matador and Bull. Where am I going
Where
to put
do I
them
put
now?
it?
Jesus Christ! I've got Matador Bull flamenco dancer set. What now? I got to throw that away. Thank you very much. I don't even know where to put this shit now. Doilies. I got all these doilies. What the hell?
All that crochet work you did, too.
Seriously.
Man, oh, man.
Is doily crochet?
I walk in here. Here's Jorge sitting there with a joint hanging out of his mouth, crocheting away.
Doily.
Ever
Thought it
beautiful,
was- I
beautiful.
was trying. Hey, you know, it's been ever since I turned Muslim. I've been trying to knit my own hat.
Yeah.
You know, my own head doily,
Uh-huh.
the hat, and I don't know how to make it curved. They all come out flat.
yeah.
So I just wind up with all these doilies everywhere.
Use a grapefruit. Just do it on the grapefruit.
What a good idea.
A grapefruit doily.
My
Yeah.
head is a little bit bigger.
Grapefruit doilies.
Than a grapefruit.
It'll make a great doily or yamaki.
You know, I had a friend in North Carolina. You know, when you're in middle school, you're really sensitive about being gay. You know, your sexuality. You're very sensitive about that.
Of course.
So this particular person, we'll call him Jeff because that was his name. He liked to knit in class. Knit and crochet in class, and what he would knit and crochet
In middle school?
In middle school, he liked to
Wow.
knit, and because that didn't make him look gay enough, and
Yeah.
neither did his way that he spoke and everything.
Okay.
That wasn't making him gay enough. But what he would knit is he would make cock and ball cozies for his male friends that you would slide them over your package and then cinch them.
That's not true.
To keep them warm in the winter.
That's not true.
I swear on the lives of my children, Natalie.
That's not true.
That is true.
I do not believe you.
And his brother cut the back of my hand. He was one of twins. They were opposite twins. You ever know about people that you ever hear that? Like
No.
they're called mirror twins. We're the opposite of each other.
Really?
The brother was like a really nasty, horrible. He like walked like a caveman. He had like a loping, his head between his shoulders, kind of a stance. And he played drums. And his brother Jeff, that was Joe. And his brother Jeff played the trumpet and the piano and the violin and rode a unicycle and could play the trumpet and the violin while riding a unicycle all at the same time. And he would knit little cock and ball cozies for all of his friends in middle school. It's like, here you go. I made you one. It's red, white, and blue because I know you're patriotic.
Well, you might have had.
And it fits perfectly
His
'cause I
brother
took
Joe
measurement.
carved an X in his head and then carved a slash across the back of my hand.
He carved an X in his own head
15
or in
stitches
his brother's head?
into his own head. Oh, he was always beating up his brother. I hate you. You're a faggot and you look like me. Ah! What? So
In Montana,
yes,
I had
That's
I'm
so
like all stories.
horrible.
a nose mitten.
What?
Okay.
You know, I have Hello
Somebody,
Kitty.
a fan, knitted me a nose mitten. Fit right
That's-
over your nose, and then
and he's not shitting.
And then you tied in the back.
I have.
I've been requested to be one of those.
I'm sure. And I'm sure it was very cozy. I have Hello Kitty mittens, kitten mittens, and Hello
How do
Kitty
you greet
earmuffs.
Hello Kitty?
I love Hello
Right,
Kitty.
right here, right by you.
Really?
Really? Jinx,
Uh-oh.
you owe me a Coke. 19 till 3.
Oh, no, there's no break.
Oh, really?
No, are you kidding? After
Oh,
this,
This is
listen,
down,
This
man.
is reboot time for this baby.
Okay.
If we
She
get
just
if
needs
we
to
get
sit.
through the outro, we'll be doing good. So
no problem. I got all kinds of stuff.
keep talking. People waited a long time for this show, so
That's
So-
true. I want to. I mean, there's nothing to say. I went to Orchid last night, and it was fun. Except that
It's a good show. Do you recommend it?
It's a good show, and I do recommend it. It's a little bit pricey, as someone pointed out, but they have a
Okay.
Groupon running around for it. It sold out a lot. It was here since November. I come to find out, like I found out about it way late because I didn't. You know,
your
my-
Facebook
What
posting.
was the show?
Orchid.
Orchid.
It said Adult Circus,
Because of yes,
which I thought you used to go to every day at one time.
this is the adult circus. You know, instead of Animal Acts, they have tits. That was one of my comments.
How much is it?
Each ticket
Uh-huh.
is $90.
Ah.
But that's only the beginning of the gouging that you go there. $15 mandatory valley parking, $15 there, and then the drinks are expensive, and the food
$12
is expensive.
beers.
And it's a circus, and so, you know the thing about circuses is they try to rip you off, and you don't go to the circus if you don't want to be ripped off. So
Just don't go.
They have a restaurant-y area. The whole place is all built up like circus, like high-class circus,
Yeah.
floorboards and everything. And so they have a little bit of a restaurant-y area. Myself and my date went in there to get a couple of appetizers and cocktails. We ordered 2 cocktails and then the check. Like, let's get the cocktails and take our cocktails to go.
Yeah.
And as soon as we got our check, this is like 5 seconds after they gave us our drinks, the check has 3 gin and tonics on it. And I said, charge this for 3. And the guy's like, oh, you only had 2. I go, you know, not only did we only have 2, they just
just got
showed
here,
up. We
yeah.
haven't even touched them. I'm not done squeezing my lime in mine. It was like, So, and then they have a cocktail bar area in the middle. Like they have this, they set up kind of an area. I learned a new word, the Spiegel tent. It's called a Spiegel tent, which is one of those really fancy.
Oh, that's Chicago, Illinois, 60609.
Okay.
So
But a Spiegel, I don't know. Suds gets it. A Spiegel tent apparently means mirrored tent, and there are
Okay.
only so many of them in existence anymore. And it's like really beautiful on the inside. It's a lot of wood. It's sort of like a wood framework with the canvas over the top of it, and really nice inside and everything. So they have this bar area in the middle of the area, in between the bathrooms and the restaurant, and all that. Two lines, people going up and get drinks. Intermission, 10 minutes intermission. I run to the bathroom. I run to the line. I want to get there before anybody else gets there. Damn it, there's a couple in front of me. Okay, I can handle being
There's no
behind.
line to the guy's bathroom.
No. I got to the bathroom quick and
Oh,
out.
okay.
Listen,
Okay.
intermission during any kind of a show or a concert or something like that, there's a line. Not like the girls' bathroom line, nevertheless.
Yes.
But I got in and out of the bathroom fine. But I was getting more cocktails. I went to the bar thing. Here's my bar story. And you would believe this because it's South Florida. It's unbelievable, but it's South Florida, so you'd believe this. I run to the bar. thing.
See, every time he says that, I hear bear.
I'm reading the lineup on this.
I get to the bar thing, and there's a couple, an older than me couple, which these days that means venerable. An older than me couple. They get there first. They didn't have to go to the bathroom. It's all right. One couple in front of me. Okay, I can handle waiting behind one couple. Can't I? An old married couple. Only 50 something. That's not very old.
No.
Anyway. They're asking the guy about everything, and I'm looking, and I've already gotten cocktails from him before, so he knows me and he knows that I'm a tipper, and I'm leaning over around them, going, "Oh my God, dude, I just do gin and tonics, man. Like, I'm sorry, I gotta wait." And they're like, "Do you have this?" "No, we have this, this, and this." "Do you have this?" And this was the clincher. This was the punchline.
Go.
They just ask every wine. Do you have Chardonnay? And he's translating for his wife. I don't know what they speak. I think it's French. I think they're French Canadians. And he's like, "Do you have Chardonnay?" And he goes, "Yes, I have Chardonnay." And he says, blah, 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 Chardonnay. Oh, blah, 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 Chardonnay. And the guy turns to the bartender and goes, "What kind of Chardonnay?" Like, punch you in the back of the head. Get the fucking line.
The lineup here.
Yes.
It sounds like the headliners for a drag show. Tell me if I'm wrong.
All right.
Ava Cosmos. That's one. Lexi Romano. Not to be cheesy. And my favorite. Where'd she go here? Here it is. Kitty Kitty Bang Bang.
Kitty Bang.
Why didn't I think of that name?
I've heard of that.
You could have. By the way, one of the characters' names was Pussy. She was the fire, I would say fire breather, but she did not breathe any fire. She just kind of swung it around a little bit.
Okay.
However, she was hot and put on a really good show.
Were they real girls?
Oh, yeah. Oh, let me tell you something. There were no transgendered people in this show, and I know this because
Well, you said breathe fire.
There was no room for any variables. You understand?
Okay.
As the show progressed...
Oh, you can't tell, man.
The clothing...
That's what duct tape's for.
No. As the show progressed, less and less clothing was worn until there was very little left to the imagination.
In the audience?
Really?
Yes, in the audience too.
So was this
Sounds like
the
a great
adult circus
show.
or the trapeze?
The aerial, and they had that. Well, they have the aerial acrobatics, the veils and the straps that people swing from. Let me tell you something. The guy that was the star of the aerial acrobatics, Mr. Chiseled, good looks and everything, ripped. And I'm like, I says to my date, I said, he only eats celery. That's all he eats. And in between every show, sit-ups. Nothing but sit-ups. I mean, he jumped out there, he dropped his like robe thing or something like that, and nothing but crunchy muscles, like definition, like, and it wasn't drawn on, like you
could see
all of his abs stuck out like 3 inches, like. And watch this one, and he pull out an arm, and just like all these muscles would pop up, and then he grabs a strap and just launches himself into the air like Spider-Man does the Iron Cross thing, flings himself around with one arm upside down. It's like just gravity has no effect on me. I'm Chiseled Man. Now let me do this. Hey, did you like the front? Now look at my back. You could actually hear the muscles crunching on this guy.
Yeah, he probably buys his celery at Aldi.
I says to my date, he gets paid a lot of money just to do sit-ups all day long. That's all he does. Although, since it's a circus thing, that in between shows, he's nailing and hanging and pulling on ropes and everything.
That's one of the lost
Setting
drops.
up the popcorn machine.
Remember the drop we had?
Which one?
It's a circus.
No.
It's gone. I think when they destroyed those carts... when
I don't remember
after
that
WIOD, remember they had all the carts in the warehouse?
Yeah.
And they threw them out. We lost a lot of good stuff.
We did. No, I only have Monty Python's Flying
That was at
Circus
Paxson,
thing.
yeah.
I don't remember that
It's
drop.
a circus.
It must not have been that good if I don't remember it.
Well, it was good to me.
Little by little. The good news is most of the other people in the audience forgot all of those things too. Suds Coleman's notepad, ladies and gentlemen. I got more stuff too.
I wish I could read some of it.
What's wrong with you? You want to borrow my glasses? You want to borrow Boca's glasses?
Hey, I noticed my Christmas tree seems to be taking itself down. Let's see. That was January 19th.
There you go. See if it helps.
Oh,
No?
it's not
You all
bad.
right?
I just can't read my writing.
Okay.
You know,
You could see perfectly
I got
fine.
printers all over the house and stuff, and no, you know.
You just saw it right. That makes sense.
Oh, is it my turn? I'm trying to get my
more.
I'm trying to get my pipe lit.
Oh, okay.
The clock is slowly ticking.
Hey, you know, I had a
What you were looking at?
I had an awful dream last night.
Yeah.
I dreamt I was reading.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh! Actually, I got a book for my birthday from someone who doesn't know me. True story. It's up there in the bookcase. You want it?
I do read.
I do.
You know, I got the
Yeah.
Kindle all fired up about twice a day, but, you know.
I read more than I want to.
Yeah.
This stuff, emails, computer manuals, how to do this. That's why I got these stupid action
to.
mitts on because I'm on the computer too much. By the
Those
end
are
of the
cool.
day,
I
I
want
don't want to
those.
read anything. These are the neatest things. Did you try them on?
Yeah, I did. I think they're awesome.
Oh, I'm just sitting.
Smart.
What are they for? Opening jars?
Yeah, exactly.
They're hand rests. So you can they keep your hands lifted up above the surface so that you can relax and still manipulate mice and keyboards.
Oh,
and not
that's a
get
good
carpal
idea.
tunnel
Not get
syndrome.
carpal
You can just
tunnel.
put your dead weight now.
I got a little thing that just rests on my wrist. Or I rest my wrist on it.
I got that over there, right on top of the brown thing.
The brown.
Oh,
There's
They're-
so many.
My
brown-
wrist rest. I got that for my birthday too, but it's over there at that computer station.
You don't have any more. You don't have any more notes, Suds. Suds, we need.
yeah.
Oh,
more.
I'm sorry. What?
Suds.
I found your. There you go. It's all yours.
Flintstones.
What is it?
This
Wait
is
for
your-
more notes for your
Suds
observations.
Suds reads comedy interlude music.
Well, let's see. Oh, you know, I was watching Brian Williams last night, the Rock Center show. Anybody see that by any chance?
No.
Of course
The
not.
Rock Center?
Nobody ever watches that show. And they had a little girl on there who was in a movie. She is the youngest girl to be nominated for an Academy Award. Of course,
Yeah.
I don't remember her name or what the movie was.
The movie's the Wild Thing movie. It's like something in the wild.
Yes. Well, anyway,
Yeah.
she was a cute little kid.
She is.
And she was talking about they were sending her to acting school. And I'm thinking, you know, sending a girl to acting school is like sending an Irish kid to drinking school. You know, what the?
Byron Eggers, ladies and gentlemen. I was wondering when you would call.
Cleaning my gun here.
Right?
I should leave this on for Byron.
Please do.
What are you wearing now?
I'm wearing my "Fuck the FCC" T-shirt.
Wow.
Yeah, that gets you hot, doesn't it?
Oh yeah.
I love it.
Shirt
Yeah,
that
man.
says "fuck,"
We can agree on that.
and I'm wearing some O'Neill swim shorts, as a matter of fact.
Swim shorts and a "fuck the FCC" T-shirt.
Right on,
It works.
and some footy socks,
That'll get you laid in Washington D.C.
and my smart gloves, and a hat, a SoFlo Radio hat. Did I give you your SoFlo Radio hat, Byron Eggers? Because
Why,
if
a
anyone,
senator? No, I don't have
if
a
anyone needs one, well, the next time that you
SoFlo
visit the studio, which I hope you do again.
Oh, sure, yeah, I can't wait.
Should have invited you
Another-
today. Next time
got
that
paint
you
on
have another
mine.
Friday off, I had a good time with that. And just so you know, like, you know, Boca Brian's using the computer the way that it's supposed to be, and it's still fucking up. So you don't have to worry about all those loose ass breaks that you bore up.
Hey, I finally downloaded the virtual DJ, so I'm going to move into the world
Practice
of
on it. It is a
tight
great tool
radio.
when it works, and
Yeah,
that
it's
really is
better. It's
dependent
no
on the
question about
computer.
it. I just had to get familiar with it.
It's a wonderful thing. And finally, newsflash to you, in a roundabout sort of way, we got the Live 365 thing straightened out. Thank you for your advice
Nice.
on that. And the radio loyalty, talk about I'm doing a ghetto relay for everybody else that can't encode. I have a computer dedicated to doing the relay myself, and I'm just encoding for everyone. How do you like that?
That's so nice.
Good.
So there,
Yeah,
we're on there.
that
We're on
works.
everything, and now coming up next, iTunes. Those bastards in their ivory towers, man. I just want to rip them down.
Well, what's wrong with that?
I keep
iTunes
submitting
is
to stream to
giving you a hard
iTunes.
time?
iTunes has a radio player built in, and I want to be on it. And they have a talk radio, news talk section,
Right.
and they have criteria. We meet the criteria. I submit the station and the stream to them, and then I just don't hear back from them because we're Apple. Fuck you.
Wow.
So-
Man, oh man, I don't know what to tell you there.
You know-
Hey, I heard your show, Boca, on WNN. You're doing a great job with that. I really think you do a good job with that.
That's very nice of you to say. Thanks.
It's a nice way to pass a part of Sunday.
I'm glad somebody likes it.
I passed a part of Sunday this morning. That's how long it took.
Yeah, I don't know how long you're going to get away with trashing general managers.
Yeah.
Well, you know the one I'm thinking of.
It worked for Neil, so.
Yeah, it worked for Neil, but I don't think it's the only person so far that I know of that's worked for in his business.
No names have been mentioned, so. And there's so many of them. Who knows?
Yeah, there you go.
See?
Yeah.
I don't want to mention Joe Bell by name, but we can now because he's no longer there. So.
Took his clapper away.
Yeah, no, but I heard the show, and I just think that wow, I was just you do such a great show, and I mean I disagree with a lot of what you say, but I just think the show is good. I think it sounds great. You know, they don't have anything even close to that on the air there. It's like the only show on that entire radio station, or all three of those radio stations, that sounds like a professional radio show.
Thank you. I'm trying.
So nice.
And, you know, it's hard to get in front of that mic with no sponsors. It's all
Yeah. Well, could be the dress.
Yeah.
It could be the dress thing. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't wear a dress, and I don't have any sponsors.
I don't hear.
Yeah.
You don't wear a dress, and you don't have any sponsors. So
I have a few sponsors, and it's not because of how I dress.
I guess the only difference you could really find in all this is that it really doesn't matter what you're wearing.
Yeah.
You can either sell it or you can't.
Right. The only way we can get sponsors is we send Annalise out there, maybe.
Oh, there you go. They'll buy it just to have her come into their office.
Funny.
No.
It's not that easy, actually.
It's funny because it's true.
How do you think the auto parts industry makes their money? They hire
And the
hot delivery
and the
girls.
pharmaceutical
Hot
industry.
delivery girls.
Yeah.
Pharmaceutical industry. All the pharmaceutical reps are hot.
It's sad, but it is true. Okay?
It is.
The whole, I mean, it's like it
Well, I
really
don't
hurts
think
us
it's all
guys.
that
You know? I mean,
sad,
we're out here
right?
working our ass off.
I don't know if that's sad. It's very sad to have an attractive woman come into your place.
It just deflates the whole deal. You know, you're working your ass off. Here comes some chick from some no-name company, and she takes out her
Goddamn
catalog,
chips.
and everybody's gathered around. And you're
There you go, because that's how we do, bitches. Gotta represent.
Well, you know, as some of these auto parts stores, they hire these very hot-looking delivery girls so that the guys, even if there's nothing they need, they'll call them.
Are you sure you don't want something
Bill,
else?
this is your third carburetor this week.
And you know the acronym for Boca Raton Auto Parts?
What?
Oh boy.
Oh, BRAP.
BRAP. Yeah, that is correct. Sorry.
You know,
I just
that's
had
true. Even
And you think me playing music is a show killer?
They hire the hot-looking chicks to sell cars, and they outdo the guys, and the chicks don't know a damn thing about the cars. You know what I mean? It's like, and it really gets the guys pissed off. You know, it's like, and they're working their ass off trying to sell a car. The old bald-headed, greasy-looking guy.
Fuck auto salesmen, by the way. Hard in the ass with your
You
dick.
first.
Yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong
I'm
with
working
being
real hard to sell a car. They can blow me.
Yeah. Well,
Hey, that's my line.
They can, sorry, you could blow Boca.
Bring them with.
Like you do you need an auto salesman to choose a car for you? Shut up, get away from me. I'm looking around over here.
Here's Boca. Use him for a while.
Hey, what's your
While I
commission?
look at
Give
your
it to
car.
me. I'll order my car from Amazon. Get out of my face.
I'll walk into businesses with my Daisy Dukes. But I'll walk in backwards, though.
I love that. That's unbelievable. I think that wow, the show is great today. I really listen
you.
to my show tomorrow night. Me
Despite
and
the chaos.
H-Love, we do a little thing on Saturday nights called Reggae Recipes, 7 to 9. It's kind of fun.
Hey, remind me next time you do that thing.
Which
you
one?
didn't. I forgot if it was this Wednesday or next Wednesday.
Every Wednesday we do that.
That's
so
right.
You're welcome any Wednesday night.
7 to 9.
7
right
to
here
9, that's
on
right.
SoFloRadio.com,
7
which
to 9
is heard
show
on
is
Shoutcast,
kinda like
Icecast,
a
Live 365, and all points in between.
Oh God, yeah, I've given up on that. I'm not going to start. I'm not going to announce, what we're on anymore. I'm just.
It
Gonna
doesn't matter.
say
That's it
one
all comes
thing.
from the
It's
same
got
place.
The whole show is like this list of all the
Disclaimer.
places that
we're on
streaming.
everything. If it streams, we're on there.
See you guys.
Thank you, Byron.
Adios.
Oh, look, eels.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, lots of them.
Making cash from slithering eels. Boca's been doing that for a long time.
It says people eat them in their sushi.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't like eel.
I don't like eel either.
That's not my
He
bag,
looks
baby.
like a slither.
It's about the only sushi I'm not crazy about. What's the
Yeah.
other thing that's crunchy, like the crunchy crab that tastes like cockroach? Just like I'm eating a cockroach.
The one that's not real crab, king crab.
Right. Yeah. They're like.
There's nothing real in that. It's all synthetic.
Well, according to the Red Lobster commercials,
don't dig the crunchy
king
sushi.
crabs are red in the water.
We should stop talking. We're about to run out of time. Thank you, Boca. Thank you, Natalice. Thank you, Suds. Oh no, we got a whole other minute now.
Oh.
We do.
Never mind.
Well, I can still say thank you to these people.
You can.
Thank you, Jeff Rimmer.
Rimmer?
Listen, because when I put in the search engine for the rim shot, all of the Rimmer stuff comes up.
Is that right?
Is he?
I have no problem with default, but default is...
It's just like that. I want to thank everybody. I want to thank all of the fangirls out there everywhere for the collection of coffee cups that I have. Yay. I want to thank Vinny the Pimp for a wonderful birthday party and for not drawing on me with a Sharpie or teabagging me that I know of while I was passed out on his couch. And for introducing me to all these wonderful people that I know.
Bye.
And we're done. We're just like that.
The South Florida Radio Network.
Okay.
It just sped right through, though.
The good thing is we can end this whenever we want. Thank you so much for joining us on the
Bye,
George
folks.
Rodriguez Pick and Suds Boca Show with Natalice Jimenez Diaz, Clem Tyrefucker, and Byron Eggers, ladies and gentlemen, on SoFloRadio.com. I'm going to shut the microphones off now.
Shut up.
And the camera.